on the web. Always a buzz, spring training or not, when the Cubs face the White Sox. And that's the case this afternoon on a gorgeous day here in the Valley of the Sun. 65 degrees, a little windy, but very pleasant here. Rich King along with you, and Chuck Garfien, my color host today. We have lots going on with those White Sox camp, Chuck. Lots of news to report. The Cubs coming in here red hot, 7-5-2 overall, second in hitting in the Cactus League. White Sox on a 2-game winning streak at 3-8-3. And Dylan Cease will take the hill against no-hit man Alec Mills for the Cubs today. So interesting afternoon, and some injury news, though, to start out with.
Yeah, we'll start with this. Luis Robert scratched before the game for precautionary measures with a lower abdominal strain. He was listed in center field. Instead, Luis Gonzalez will take his place. He had a big game Saturday against the Angels. Home run, double, stole third base, didn't play yesterday. And he was in the lineup, so a little bit of a surprise, but they say it's for precautionary measures, so no Luis Robert here today.
That's the good news, the fact that this doesn't appear to be serious right now. And thank goodness it's spring training, a long way to go. Hopefully he'll heal up and be ready for opening day when the Sox take on the Los Angeles Anaheim Angels out there in the West Coast. Also some news, Chuck, about the opening day pitcher, right?
It's not a surprise. We kind of saw it coming, but Tony La Russa did make it official before the game that it is going to be Lucas Giolito in Game 1 against the Angels. He's from L.A., so he'll have a lot of family and friends, I'm sure, in attendance to watch that game. And then it'll be Dallas Keuchel in Game 2, Lance Lynn in Game 3. And La Russa would not say who's the number 4 or 5 starter. So it basically sounds like it's between Dylan Cease, Ronaldo Lopez, and Carlos Rodon Cease going here this afternoon. We'll talk a lot about Cease coming up. But those three look to be in the driver's seat for those 2 remaining spots in the rotation.
I was about to say we could be seeing the 4th starter this afternoon, and Dylan Cease making his first spring outing. And Chuck, they're bringing along him slowly in camp. Dylan Cease did last year also. And but a good outing would be nice to see from him today.
Yeah, and obviously for everybody watching, I'm assuming we have some Cubs fans watching as well. This was a guy who was in the Cubs system. Him and Eloy Jimenez traded in the Jose Quintana deal. And, Cease wasn't able to reach his potential last year. And not all these players are going to reach their potential at age 23, 24, 25. You never really know. So there's a lot of things that he wanted to work on this offseason to be more consistent with his delivery, with his mechanics. So this is a good test for him. And, Tony La Russa said before the game, either we're going to pat him on the back for a job well done today, or if things don't go that great for him, they'll say, okay, this is what we got to work on.
Well, Dylan, by his own admission, saw the Zoom interview with him a couple of weeks ago, or maybe last week, and he was saying last year was a disappointment, no question about it, for Dylan Cease. He's working on a different motion on his slide. You see the umpires are coming out to umpire today's game, and let's see who they are. It's Stu Schoenwater behind the plate, Dan Bellino in first, Gabe Morales is at second, and Nick Lentz over at third. Let's give you the lineups now on this sunny but windy day here. Understand the weather in Chicago is not that great, 28 degrees and a little wind chill down in the teens. So sit back, relax, and grab a cup of hot chocolate, kick off the shoes, and watch the White Sox take on the Cubs here in the sunshine of Arizona as the fans bask out there in the outfield grass. For the Cubs today, coming in here from Mesa, Ian Happ leads it off in center field. Wilson Contreras will bat second, catching. Jock Peterson off to a tremendous start here in the Cactus League. In fact, hitting .545 in left field for the Cubs, batting third. Cameron Maybin DHing today, batting fourth. Jake Marisnick, former Astro, in right field. David Bodie at second base. Eric Sogard at short. Matt Duffy at first. And Ildemaro Vargas will do the honors at third base for the Chicago Cubs today. Again, Alec Mills on the hill. Of course, he was author of a no-hitter against Milwaukee last year. Talk about that as we progress here this afternoon. For the White Sox, who had a great game yesterday, make the drive out to Mesa to see him play the Oakland A's. Great all-around effort from the pitching staff. We'll talk about that, too. Some great relief pitching. Lance Lynn got the start, but the bullpen really spectacular in that game. They struck out 15 Oakland A's in that game yesterday in Mesa. For the White Sox today, though, Adam Eaton leads off in right field. Yasmani Grandal, his second game of the spring, DHing today. Jose Abreu was at first. Yohan Moncada at third. Eloy Jimenez in left field. And in place of Luis Robert, Luis Gonzalez in center field today. Leury Garcia at second base, Jonathan Lucroy catching, and Danny Mendick at shortstop today. That's how they stack up for the White Sox. Again, Sox on a 2-game win streak, 3-8-3. And I mentioned yesterday, what a great outing. Chuck, this game yesterday, Lance Lynn, 3 1/3, 1 hit, struck out 4. Marshall came in, 95 miles an hour for him, 4 strikeouts. Aaron Bummer came in, his top pitch was 96 miles an hour, 1 strikeout in 1 inning. Cody Hoyer struck out 4 in 2 innings, 97-98 for him. And Jose Ruiz, who threw a great changeup yesterday, he was at 97 with his fastball. That bullpen was sparkling, and the White Sox have a 2-game win streak.
Yeah, talk about that bullpen. So far in spring, Crochet, Hendricks, Hoyer, Kopech, and Marshall all have 0 ERAs, and we're going to see Hendricks and Crochet here this afternoon. They are scheduled to appear after Dylan Cease pitches, and Dylan Cease taking the field as we begin.
Well, I saw the quotes from some of the White Sox relief pitchers, Chuck, I'm sure you did too, saying that if they have a lead going into the 6th inning of a game, they should close it out. And you look at that bullpen, they certainly have the capability, not to mention that Michael Kopech will start the year in the pen.
Yeah.
So you've got some real flamethrowers out there. These guys pushing 100 miles an hour and then working on changeups. Jose Ruiz really impressed me. Of course, he's had his moments here in camp too, but great changeup yesterday. Go with that fastball of 97. So we'll see what happens with that pen, but it looks like a sparkling year for them. As Dylan Cease, you see him on the hill there, making his first start. And Chuck, big outing for him today.
Yeah, he's got a ton of great stuff. Some of the best stuff on the White Sox pitching staff, a lot of swing and miss ability. He and new pitching coach Ethan Katz, they've been working on cleaning things up, narrowing things down, and this is our first look at him this spring. We've seen him throw some side sessions, some live BPs, but nothing like this in a real game. And, you know, Yasmani Grandal, who's DHing here today, saw the adjustments that Ethan Katz made with Cease this offseason, and he told Katz he could be a Cy Young winner one day. I mean, he's got the tools, but it's one thing to just have the tools. You got to go out and actually show it in a game. We've seen great stuff from him. Actually, he says one of his best starts last year came against the Cubs at Wrigley. I think he gave up 3 runs over 6. So consistency and fastball command. We'll be on the lookout for that with Cease against this Cubs team here today.
That's exactly what he said in the Zoom interview the other day about command of the fastball. 47% fastballs for Cease, 30% sliders, 12% changeup, and 9% on the curveball for the right-hander for the Chicago White Sox, Dylan Cease. And we're ready to go here as Ian Happ stands in, swinging a little tapper to second, and fast with a flip to second, the glove hand, and the out is made. First out, 4-3, 1 up and 1 down as Leury came in, made that nice play.
If only baseball was that easy. 1 pitch, 1 out. But Ian Happ, he's going to be the Cubs' leadoff hitter. And he's trying to get something going early on here. And now it's Wilson Contreras to the plate.
Happ was .250 coming in camp, 1 homer, 1 RBI. Here's Contreras, .313 so far in camp, 1 homer, 1 RBI. Veteran catcher now, free agent at the end of this year. Lots of talk about the Cubs free agency situation. We'll talk about that as the game progresses. Swing and a miss.
That was 98.
98, wow. So Dylan comes in with the heat on Contreras. 1 out, nobody on here in the first on a gorgeous day. Hope you're enjoying this ball game. And the White Sox win today against the Cubs. Here's a pitch inside corner for a strike. That one's 80 miles an hour breaking pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike on Wilson Contreras. Jock Peterson next. Mention the Cubs second in the Cactus League. A .283 batting average, and having a good camp with the bats. Strike is called, and that does it. So 2 quick outs here for Dylan Cease, a ground ball and a strikeout.
Yeah, that was some filthy stuff that he was throwing Contreras right there. We'll see a replay on the strike 3 here. A lot of movement. The stuff, you know, if he can control it, we're talking about a game-changing X factor to this rotation.
Well,
so
he was talking about the break on his slider, and that could have been it right there. All right, here's Jock Peterson.
Dude, they should just walk him.
He's hitting
just walk
545, 5 home runs, 9 RBIs, and he takes ball 1.
So he's got 5 homers. The White Sox as a team have 8.
Well, he's going to be a good addition. He will fill the bill out there for the Cubs. Swinging a fly ball to the left. Eloy tracking it down toward the track, and he makes the grab. So, nice inning for Dylan Cease. 3 up, 3 down at the end of a half inning. White Sox nothing, or Cubs nothing. White Sox coming to bat.
Welcome back. Your 2021 Chicago White Sox are presented by Guaranteed Rate. Visit rate.com to learn how Guaranteed Rate helps turn people's beliefs in a new home into action. If you believe, you will. Chuck Garfien here with Rich King. That was a quick and effortless 1-2-3 inning for Dylan Cease, and now it's White Sox turn to bat.
That's right, a paucity of pitches for Dylan Cease in that first inning. 4-3, a K, and a fly ball to the left. About 7 or 8 pitches for Dylan. And now the White Sox come up here in their half of the first. Adam Eaton, Yasmani Grandal, and Jose Abreu to face Alec Mills, author of a no-hitter last year against Milwaukee. Right-hander facing the left-hand batting Adam Eaton. Adam hitting .267 so far in camp. No homers, 2 RBIs. Strike is called. 0-1.
All right, so Eaton started making an adjustment with his hitting mechanics with the Nationals. Sox fans might remember he was more of a front foot hitter with the White Sox. He's now more of a back foot hitter, so he can stay on his backside longer.
Swinging a high pop-up, foul territory, third base side, and it'll be out of play.
So it allows him to see the ball better and let the ball go a little deeper. So it gives him, like, in baseball terms, a split second more time to see the ball in the zone. So a split second, that can go a long way. So helps him to put the barrel on the ball more consistently, and he's hoping he'll be able to hit the ball farther with this new back foot mechanic that he's added to his swing.
His back foot is right on that line. The left foot just misses inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Adam, leading off here. Cubs going 3 up, 3 down in their half of the first. Grandal and Abreu to follow. Mills fires it low.
So you mentioned Mills throwing the no-hitter for the Cubs. So 2 no-hitters in baseball in 2020, both by Chicago pitchers, Lucas Giolito and Alec Mills.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Eaton. Here it comes, swinging a chop to first. And that's 1 out, ground ball, 3 unassisted.
But how about Eaton hustling down the line there? He almost beat that out. I think the Cubs were thinking he was just going to let up, but he was burning it down the line. He almost beat this out. That just shows you the kind of energy he brings to the table every time he takes the field.
It was 3-1 actually in that play as Duffy throws the ball to the pitcher. I got a window right in my way over here at first base.
You can't see it. I got you, Rich. Anything happens at first base,
Sorry
I
about
got a
that.
clear view of it.
This window keeps drifting into my territory. Swinging a shot. Duffy can't handle it at first, bounces off, and this will be a base hit or an error with the depends on the official score. Ball was hit pretty hard.
They should give him a hit on that. He hit that on the nose, and that's Yasmani Grandal's first hit of the spring.
Grandal now 1 for 3, and here's Jose Abreu. Jose's off to a very slow start here in camp. 125, no homers, 2 RBIs.
But you know what? This is good. This is good. You want to get the bad stuff out of the way. And what I mean by that also is he should have hit a home run yesterday.
Oh, boy.
That was a home run that was robbed by Buddy Reed. You want that happening here, not during the regular season.
That ball was really hit, too. I thought it was going to make it, but Reed, sensational catch, robbed him. Here's the pitch outside, ball 1. Jose Abreu. So Grandal ruled a hit on first base. That ball was really tattooed. Duffy couldn't handle it. And Abreu up here, the man on board. No score in the first. Moncada in the on-deck circle. Breaking pitch inside.
That was 65 miles per hour.
Boy. You know, Alec Mills mentioned the no-hitter against the Brewers. There's been 2 no-hitters at Miller Park, and both by
The
Cub
Cubs.
pitchers, but not against the Brewers, right?
That's right. Carlos Zambrano was against some other team. Right?
Houston.
The Houston.
Thanks to
that's right.
Hurricane Ike.
That's right.
They played a neutral site. They beat the Astros, and Zambrano throws a no-hitter in Milwaukee against the Astros. Outside for a ball.
Cubs fans didn't see a lot of Jose Abreu in the White Sox. Well, enough. They actually did see. They did see. There were 6 games. So actually, I should rephrase that. They saw enough of him because in those 3 games at Wrigley, he had 6 home runs.
Wasn't that sweet? That was a sweet series. They should have swept it, but they got 2 out of 3. There's
Yes.
a pitch outside. He's aboard.
6 home runs, 9 RBIs in 3 games. You needed a series like that to help you win an MVP. And you could put forth an argument that if he doesn't have that kind of series, that may not win the MVP for him in a 60-game season.
Well, the Cubs and Sox last year split the 6 games. Sox had 10 home runs against the Cubs in total last year and wound up with a 3-3 split. So we got 2 on here and only 1 out. A walk to Abreu after the hit by Grandal. And now here's Yoan Moncada. Fires it low. Alec Mills. 1 ball and no strikes on Moncada, who's hitting .292. No home runs, 2 RBIs. Bounce back here for Yoan after suffering the illness last year with COVID. Looked good so far in camp, making good contact. 2 on, 1 out. Mills delivers. Swing and a miss.
I was a little surprised seeing La Russa putting him in the cleanup spot. I wasn't expecting that. But from the sounds of it, Yo-Yo is going to be the cleanup hitter for Tony La Russa, who likes having switch hitters if he has them on his roster batting 4th. So White Sox fans get used to Moncada batting cleanup, certainly to start the season.
1-1 pitch. Fires it low again. 2 balls and 1 strike on Yoan. Abreu on first, Grandal on second. They shade him to the right side, but the shortstop is still toward the third base side of second base. That's Eric Sogard out there for the Cubs. Peterson in left, Happ in center, Marisnick in right. The outfield for the Chicago Cubs. 2-1 on Yoan. Again low. So it's 3-1. 79 miles an hour on that pitch. He took something off on the changeup. So it's a 3 ball and 1 strike count. So good hitter's count obviously here for Moncada with Eloy in the on deck circle. White Sox looking to win their 3rd in a row. Alec Mills at the belt. Looks back at second base and fires it. Oh, inside with a fastball. And so that loads them up. 2 walks and a hit. Sox in business here in the 1st.
Yeah, Alec Mills trying to lock down one of the last spots in the rotation. Struggling here with 1 out, bases loaded for Eloy. So you got Dylan Cease, former Cub prospect, and Eloy Jimenez now with the bases loaded. I've talked to both of these guys about the whole Cubs-Sox thing, and they want to go out and play and perform to their ability every game. But there is a little added juice when they face the Cubs, just because you're a human being. You get traded.
Sure.
They have no ill will against the Cubs, but they want to show, hey, this is what you could have had.
Sox fans have ill will toward the Cubs. But I pick up on that. All right, bases loaded. 1 out for Eloy, hitting .240, 1 home run, 1 RBI. Here in the Cactus League. Played him straight away. Alec Mills in a jam. Swinging a shot, the middle, a base hit. This will score a couple. In comes Grandal, in comes Abreu. And the White Sox are on the board with a 2 spot here off Alec Mills in the 1st inning. Shot up the middle.
First pitch hunting for Eloy Jimenez following the walk to Yoan Moncada. He was thinking, okay, he's probably going to put this over the plate. And sure enough, 90 miles per hour right down the middle. He hits it. 2 runs are in, 2-0 White Sox.
So that gives Eloy now 3 RBIs in camp as Moncada stays at second base. And it brings up Luis Gonzalez, who replaced Luis Robert in the lineup. In case you missed the opening of the show, the broadcast, abdominal strain, a mild one for Luis Robert. He was scratched today. Here's Luis. Breaking pitch. Strike is called on Luis, 0-1.
Boy, that breaking pitch, 66 miles per hour. Mills, I didn't know Mills had that in his arsenal where he's just throwing that
Well,
soft stuff. I mean, from 90 to 66. That's quite a difference.
His arsenal is a 14% curveball, 15% changeup, 10% slider, 59% fastball for Alec Mills. One strike. Runners on first and second. Still only one out.
All right, so Jake Arrieta back with the Cubs. He's thrown 2 no-hitters for the Cubs. Second one, his catcher was David Ross, his current manager.
David Ross taking over last year for the Cubs, replacing Joe Madden. 0-2 on Luis Gonzalez. As Mills delivers, swinging a ground ball. This could be 2. Flip to short for 1 and over to first. That does it. So a 4-6-3 double play, but the White Sox get a pair on 1-2 hits and 2 walks. So at the end of 1 here in sunny Glendale, Arizona, the White Sox 2 and the Cubs nothing.
To us getting through this pandemic, and this is a big one for me. White Sox fans, Cubs fans, back at a park together, and to be able to see that because we haven't seen that in a long time.
It's made a big difference, no question about it, Chuck. Made a big difference here, just in camp already, seeing the fans after seeing 21 games I did last year at Guaranteed Rate Field with no fans. It makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it feels like real baseball.
2-0 White Sox. Cameron Maybin steps in for the Cubs. Swing and a miss. Dylan Cease, a great inning in number 1. And now he's battling here in the second. 1 strike on Cameron Maybin. Acquired a trade by the Cubs for Zach Short. Hitting .235 so far. No homers, no RBIs in the spring games. 1 ball and 1 strike on Maybin. Jake Marisnick and David Bodie here in the second for the Cubs. Swing and a miss on a breaking pitch, and that makes it 1-2.
Great rhythm here to Cease. He's just getting the ball and throwing it. And one thing he was doing last year was he tended to fly open a lot, which didn't give him the control he needed. And he's had better control so far here today.
A high fly ball left field, but Eloy camped under it, and he makes the grab. So 4 up, 4 down against Cease. Brings up Jake Marisnick, former Astro, playing in a second spring game. No average for him. 16 games with the Mets last year for this veteran, Jake Marisnick. David Bodie next. I want to pass along happy birthday to Harold Baines today. Scott Reifert sent me a note this morning. Harold Baines, guess how old?
Well, I'm cheating because I know.
Oh, you know, okay.
I know, but it's he's 62 years young.
Can you imagine that? 62, Harold Baines?
No, I can't imagine that.
I did the games back on radio when Harold was coming up, and he was always a bit of a problem for us interviewing him because he was a 7-second soundbite.
and spoke kind of softly.
He never elaborated too much.
No.
But since then, he's become, a pretty good spokesman. He's elongates his sentences now.
Rich, evidently, he's saying more words to us. No, he actually is. I was honored to be actually at the winter meetings. Was that 3 years ago? When he found out that he was getting into the Hall of Fame and being able to speak to him and what it meant to him. And he got emotional talking about it.
Swinging a ground ball, Moncada has it at third, and the toss over, and just like that, 2 up, 2 down. Harold Baines, Hall of Famer, deservedly so.
Yeah, so the 1983 White Sox, I could just talk for days about that team. La Russa was the manager, and Baines was just driving in runs left and right, late in games, winning games, game-winning RBIs. They won the division. September 17th, 1983, on a sac fly in the ninth by Harold Baines.
I was there, and I got
there?
I got to cover the playoffs too, against in Baltimore. Here's David Bodie. That was something. They should have won that series. If Sox fans know this, Lamar Hoyt set for Game 5, and unfortunately, Britt Burns pitched a great game in Game 4. Lost a close one on a home run. Let's not go back in those bad memories. Everything's going too well. 2 up and 2 down here for the Cubs in the second, as Bodie stands in with 2 balls and no strikes. Dylan Cease, 5 up, 5 down, fires it, swinging a shot, foul. Past a field line, about 4 or 5 feet foul, so 2-1 now on Marisnick.
Not sure how long Cease is going to go. I would say maybe 2 innings, possibly 3. His pitch count has been pretty low, so we'll see what happens here. But with 2 outs, 2-1 count to Bodie, we'll see.
2 balls and 1 strike. Bodie digs in. Strike is called. Boy, Dylan really looking good out there.
Yeah.
Bodie, 200 average so far in camp, no homers and 1 RBI. Cubs are 7-5-2 coming in. Here it comes. Swinging a chop foul. Dylan Cease, you're right. It looks like he's taking very little time on the hill.
Yeah, Lucroy caught him in a bullpen session last week. He's like, I knew he had good stuff, but his stuff is really, really good. He called it a very devastating arsenal of weapons. So here's Lucroy behind the plate, and we're seeing it.
That ball bounces in, and it's a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So it'll be interesting to see what he throws here, because it's been pretty effortless for him so far. Now he's got a full count. What's he going to throw? What's Lucroy going to put down? And what kind of execution are we going to get from Cease here?
Cease fires it. Jams him. Popped it up. Looks like Moncada in foul territory. And he makes the grab. So, again, 3 up and 3 down. At the end of the top of the second, White Sox 2 and the Cubs nothing.
Hey, test your luck in the Queen of Hearts raffle benefiting White Sox charities. In addition to weekly prizes, one lucky fan will win 50% of the total progressive jackpot, which is over $60,000. To purchase Queen of Hearts raffle tickets, visit whitesox.com/Queen of Hearts. With Rich King, I'm Chuck Garfien. The White Sox with a 2-0 lead, and we have Leury Garcia leading things off here to start the bottom of the second.
Bottom of the order for the White Sox, Leury Garcia, Jonathan Lucroy, and Danny Mendick to face Alec Mills, who is 29 years old now. He's from Clarksville, Tennessee.
All right, Rich, I'm putting you on the spot, but I think you're a smart enough guy to know the answer. Who leads the White Sox in home runs this spring?
The man at the plate. Leury, got it in my book right here. 2 homers, 4 RBIs. One was a 3-run shot, so Leury off to his usual great start.
On a team with Eloy Jimenez and Jose Abreu and Yoan Moncada, it's Leury Garcia, the silent assassin, with 2 home runs.
He's hitting 400. Not a shabby start. Swinging a foul back. You know, you talk about Garcia and Danny Mendick. You know, injuries crop up. Luis Robert, precautionary today with the abdominal strain. He's out, but also behind the plate, you know, you got Grandal. Looks like he won't catch for a while, but you got Lucroy over there. And Nick Madrigal's out. There's a swing and a foul. Madrigal's going to be brought along very slowly in camp after the shoulder problems. He's been out for a while. So a guy like Garcia, who can play center field, outfield, left field, second base, shortstop. He does it
Third.
all. Third?
Yeah. He can even pitch. Not well, but in a pinch, he can pitch.
Strike 3 is called on Leury. Got him on the inside pitch there. So Mills gets his first strikeout. 1 down here in the second. Yeah, he does it all, and he said, you know, his favorite position, though, is shortstop, but he can bounce around and plays well in the outfield, too, which is very hard to do.
Yeah, every team wants and needs a Leury Garcia, someone who, wherever he's needed, he can do the job, and you don't miss a beat. And, you know, depth with any team is going to be huge. And the White Sox we're starting to see some minor injuries pop up here in camp, and you're seeing guys who are going to be filling in at times. You know, if this was the regular season and Luis Robert was hurt, you'd see Adam Engel in center field.
That's right. Here's LaCroix. Ball outside. 2 balls and no strikes on LaCroix, who's hitting .333, 3 for 9. He's been impressive behind the plate so far, as expected for the veteran backstop for the White Sox. Jonathan LaCroix. There's a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
What I like about what LaCroix was saying in camp here is, he's an outsider. We've been covering the team. The players have been here. They have their impressions. We have our impressions of the team. He comes in and says, you know what, this can be a special team this year, just as a newcomer, watching the talent, not only the talent they have physically, but just what they're saying, what they're doing, and thinking about this season. So from LaCroix's mouth to God's ears, a special season for the White Sox.
2-2 the count. Alec Mills delivers. Swinging a foul back.
And he's healthy, LaCroix. He hasn't been healthy in 4 years.
Well, the White Sox have a lot of depth in catching. Mercedes can hit. Has himself well behind the plate also. Collins has been moving along in the system. 2-2. Breaking pitch. High pop fly. Right center field. Happ settles under it and makes the grab. 2 up, 2 down here in the second for the White Sox, who are leading 2-0 thanks to a 2-run single by Eloy Jimenez in the first inning. Sox loading the bases, and Jimenez jumped on the first pitch from Mills and ripped the base hit right up the middle.
I read this about Alec Mills' no-hitter. Well, he actually said this after the no-hitter like a couple months ago. He says he still hasn't seen it. Well, he lived it. He said, maybe when I retire, I'll watch the no-hitter.
There's a pitch to Mendick, and it's ball 1. I did take a look back at that game and the notes, and there were some line drives to the outfield, but I don't think there were any spectacular plays that I came across. Swinging a shot to center, but looks like it's going to be right at Happ, and it is. One hands it for the out. So 3 up, 3 down for the White Sox in the second. At the end of 2 here in Glendale. White Sox 2 and the Cubs nothing.
Angels. You can watch that on NBC Sports Chicago. I think. Oh, you know what? That's on ESPN.
Okay.
So, I should.
I'll be watching either way.
I'll be watching too. I'll be watching too. My bad.
Good looking crowd out there in the grassy area in right center field. Gorgeous day. Mid 60s, upper 60s here in Glendale. We've played 2. White Sox lead 2-0. And here's the Cubs shape up in the third. The bottom of the order. Eric Sogard, Matt Duffy, and Yeldemardo Vargas up for the Chicago Cubs. Dylan Cease has knocked them down, 6 up, 6 down so far, as he fires a strike in there to Sogard, the veteran who's bounced around a little bit. 34 years old now, from Phoenix.
So LaCroix was saying the secret with Cease was we got to get him in the strike zone. And he added the mental side is going to be a real big thing for him because so much of this game is mental.
1 ball and 1 strike on Sogard. Swinging a shot to center. Will it be caught? Great effort, but he can't make the catch. Boy, that was a super effort by Danny Mendick, diving on the grass, trying to head it off, but goes in there for a base hit for Sogard.
Mendick all out for this one. He's not hitting yet here in camp, but he is a great defender. He actually was a Gold Glove finalist for the White Sox and came so close to catching that. In for Tim Anderson here today, who's got the day off.
All right, 1 up and 1 on for the Cubs. Sogard gets the first Cub hit off Dylan Cease. Ball not hit that all that hard, but it got out there for the base hit. All right, here's Matt Duffy, first baseman, hitting .300 in the spring games, 1 RBI. Did not play last year at all. Played for Tampa in 2019. Follows it back, and it's 0-1 on Matt Duffy. Yeldemardo Vargas in the on-deck circle for the blue-clad Chicago Cubs.
Cease has been hitting 96 to 98 with his fastball, which for your first spring training start is some high velocity.
He's looked very well so far. Here's the delivery, breaking pitch, and it's misses. 1 ball and 1 strike. The way the pitchers the pitchers throw so hard today. It's hard to pick up what's a slider and what's a. Sometimes I was talking to Darren Jackson about this before the game. Even he has trouble picking up the pitches sometimes. One's high, 85-mile-an-hour slider. Sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. Again, Cease, 47% fastballs, but 30% sliders. That's the pitch he's been working hard to get more rotation on it. There's a strike called. 2-2.
Yeah, you want to see him come back. He had a 2-1, now 2-2.
Sogard on first, leadoff single here in the third. Matt Duffy at the plate. And Vargas is next.
And last year, Cease's strikeouts went down per 9 innings. Walks went up. He wants to clean that up.
Check swing. And they got him. 85 miles an hour.
Yeah, this is some impressive stuff from Cease. This is, again, it's spring training, but this is what they're looking for from him.
Second strikeout. And here comes Vargas.
Yeah, that's just swing and miss stuff he's throwing right there. Tough to lay off that pitch.
1 on, 1 out. Vargas off to a sizzling start. 455 in the Cactus League. 1 home run and 5 driven in. There's a swing, shot down the middle. This could be 2. Mendick steps on the bag, but he won't get the runner at first base. Kind of slowed up a little bit for him, and then he able to make the force out, but no chance for the double play. So 2 out. Go 6 unassisted on Sogard. Vargas on first for Happ, who rolled out on the very first pitch of the ball game in the first inning to second base.
Last August, Happ was one of the best hitters in baseball. He slashed .302, .439, .640, 7 homers, 20 walks in the month of August last year.
Yep, he had a pretty good year. Breaking pitch outside for ball 1. Yeah, Cease walked 34 last year, right?
Yeah, it was almost the same amount as a full season the year before.
Yep. 1 ball and no strikes on Ian Happ. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Another impressive pitch.
That was 76. You know, he's trying to keep the same mechanics where you think, oh, this is that fastball again. It's going to be 96. No, it was 76, and he was way early on that.
1 ball and 1 strike. The game yesterday in Mesa, Jose Ruiz had a great changeup. Devastating pitch. Swinging a foul back. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Ian Happ. Vargas on first with 2 outs here for the Cubs in the third.
You know, La Russa before the game would not give Cease the number 4 spot in the rotation. Something tells me after the game, if it ends like this, he might get the number 4 spot. I don't know. He's looked that good. That's my point.
Yeah, so far so good. You're right. It's been great. For his first outing, good control, sharp breaking pitches. Here's the pitch inside, a runner going, and he'll make it. No throw, ball in the dirt. No chance for LaCroix on that one to go to the stolen base. So Vargas swipes second with 2 out. 2-2 count on Happ. At the belt is Dylan Cease. Fires it, swinging a foul.
The thing about Cease is that's an effortless 98. And once upon a time, I don't think anybody would ever say that because there's nothing effortless about 98, but he makes it look easy.
They really all do, Chuck. It's unbelievable. These pitchers yesterday, Evan Marshall, he was throwing 95, 96.
And he's got the soft stuff in the bullpen at 94, 95.
2-2. Swinging a high fly ball to center. Drifting back is Luis Gonzalez, and he makes the grab. So, 1 hit but no runs. The Cubs fail in the third. We've played 2.5 here in the sunshine in the valley. And the Sox lead the Cubs 2-0.
Sports Depot opens for the season on Tuesday, March 16th. So what's today? It's today?
15th.
It's the 15th. So tomorrow, just in time to get the newest gear before the start of the season. For more information, visit whitesox.com/depot or follow @White Sox Store on Instagram. Great day for baseball. Great start for the White Sox. They lead 2-0. Bottom of the third, top of the order with Adam Eaton stepping in. Chuck Garfien here with the one and only Rich King.
Okay, Chuck, thank you very much. Inning number 3 for the Chicago White Sox, who lead it 2-0. Adam Eaton stands in here. He rolled out on a 3-1 in the first inning. Alec Mills fires. A strike is called on Eaton. Alec Mills was acquired by the Cubs back in 2016 from Kansas City for an outfielder named Donnie DeWeese.
Oh, yeah. I know Donnie.
Breaking pitch, a swing and a miss. It was 82 miles an hour for Alec Mills. 2018 with the Cubs, 0-1 in 7 games. 1-0 in 2019 in 9 games, but last year in 11 games, 5-5 with a 4.48 ERA, including that no-hitter against the Milwaukee Brewers. In that game, the Cubs won 12-0. He struck out 5, he walked 3, Mills. Swinging a shot foul out of play, 0-2.
Tony La Russa is going to have a lot of options for his batting order. If Tim Anderson's playing today, he's leading off. But in case Tim's not playing, you got Adam Eaton. He can lead off. He can bat second. He might end up batting 8th.
Yeah, Tony will look at the numbers and figure it out, believe me. That's his forte. Swinging a shot in there for a base hit to right field. Marisnick cuts it off, going for 2, and he makes it. Nice base running by Eaton, and Marisnick got over that ball, but didn't get it in time.
That is Adam Eaton in a nutshell right there. Most hitters would stop at first, but he was thinking about the possibility for 2 from the get-go, and right as he rounded first, he put on the Jets, and they weren't ready for this.
Yeah, Marisnick kind of loafed over there a little bit and picked it up, but once he saw him racing to second base, he quickly gunned it in. But that goes a 2-bagger.
Now, I was speaking with Tim Anderson right before spring training, and he told me that the Sox were too laid back last year. They took the field kind of asking themselves, hey, are we going to win today? Are we going to win today? When it should be, no, we're going to win. And he said, we need that dog in us. Yeah. And Adam Eaton plays with a little dog in him.
A double to lead off. Here's Grandal. Infield hit for Yasmani in the first. Another breaking pitch outside. Corner for a strike. 0-1. Well, the other factor is La Russa. He'll bring that little extra edge to winning, having done it so much in his fabulous career. 0-1 the count. Grandal up and away for a ball. 88 miles an hour. That was Mills' fastball there.
And Eaton and Grandal, 2 guys that'll make a pitcher work for their at-bats.
Oh. They will. And that's what you want to see. Burn those pitchers out. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here it comes. Swinging a little pop-up in the infield. Second baseman picks it up and throws him out. That was a little pop-up over the pitcher's head, and it had nothing on it, and goes as a, is that a 4-3 or a 6-3?
That'll be a 4-3.
4-3, all right. Shifted around a little bit, so that's 1 up, or 2 up and 1 on here. 1 down in the third for Abreu. The ball just kind of died out there once it got by the mound.
You know, so Abreu was late to camp because he had that COVID positive test, and if I'm not mistaken, I think he's played every single game since he's gotten in the lineup. And most hitters might take a day off here or there in spring, but I think he's the kind of guy to get into the rhythm that he knows he needs for the regular season. He's been playing, I'm pretty sure, every game since.
He played the whole game yesterday.
Yeah, he's been doing that too.
He's not coming out. Everybody else got lifted except him. He was in the ninth inning. He was playing first base.
And something tells me that's not that's his call. Like, he wants to stay in the game.
It is, yeah, no question. 1 ball on Jose.
Yeah, because there have been games where it's late in the game. It's like 8th inning, even 7th inning. Minor leaguers all throughout the infield. There's Jose. Jose's still playing.
Well, if you dealt with the White Sox here in the last 3 years, Ricky Renteria had to force him to sit. He had to order him to stay out.
Well, knowing him and the work he puts in, and listen, when he was quarantined in the hotel for like 8 days, I mean, talking about Jose Abreu, right before spring training, he's in a hotel room, can't get out. He's going to do everything in his power to get ready for the season.
Swinging a chop foul. 2 balls and 1 strike now, Jose. Walked the first time up and scored on the base hit by Eloy. 2-run single. And that's the margin in this game. 2-0 White Sox here in the 3rd. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mills working in his 3rd inning. Both bullpens look quiet out there, Chuck, I think. Yep.
Well, during the season, Abreu, when he was in these situations, last year talking about that, he always delivered with a man in scoring position.
Swinging on this. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jose. Adam Eaton led off the inning with a hustle double. A pop up by Grandal, but it's a 4-3, and there's 1 out. They play him just shaded a little bit toward right. Happ is a little bit in the gap there in right center. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Jose Abreu. Eaton leads off second. Long look by Mills. Fires it up outside for a ball. 90 miles an hour, a fastball from Alec Mills. Now it's a full count on Jose. Little wind kicking in, blowing in a little bit here in Glendale on this sunny day. 3-2. Runner off. Pitches low. The throw 30 got him easily. Jose gets the walk, but Eaton is cut down.
I'm not sure if a hit and run was on there or he was trying to do a straight steal there. Now he's talking with Joe McEwing, is Adam Eaton. So they might have got crossed up with the messages there.
He was out by a long shot at third base, no question about it. Long, no chance at all. But Jose gets the walk. He goes to first base. Brings up Moncada. Wilson Contreras, nice throw on that one. Goes 1-5 on the caught stealing. Here's Yoan, who walked his first at bat and scored, or didn't score. He went to second base. I'm sorry. Swing and a breaking pitch into this. Grandal and Abreu scored on the base hit by Eloy.
Moncada looks so much like himself. He looks like vintage 2019 Yoan Moncada as opposed to last year when he was battling problems with fatigue, coming down with COVID-19. Didn't have the energy. He had trouble just catching his breath running the bases.
Swinging a shot to first. Handcuffs Duffy. And this goes as a base hit or an error. Let's see what they call it. That was a ball that hit hard too, just like Grandal's ball was hit in the first inning. That ball was laced, and Duffy couldn't handle it.
It ate him up. I would say this is a borderline call. It's spring training, so does it really matter if it's an error or a hit? I don't know, but what are they going to call it there?
Well, let's see. They had 3 hits coming in the inning, so let's see if they put it on. Here's the replay. Oh, the replay was over. That was a shot, though. You know, I've been scoring myself here, Chuck.
Yeah, oh, really? Official or unofficial?
Unofficial.
Okay.
I make the judgments, but.
Well, what would you call that? Oh, they called it an error.
They called it an error. See? E3 on Matt Duffy. 2 on now. Sox still alive here in the inning for Eloy. There's a shot. Base hit to left. Let's see if they score this one. Here comes Jose racing around. Here's the throw. Cut off. Now the White Sox add to their lead. It's now 3-0 here in the 3rd.
Eloy Jimenez has seen 2 pitches in this game, and he has driven in 3 runs on 2 hits with them as the former Cub prospect gets some revenge here in this spring training game with a nice RBI single. He's driven in all 3 White Sox runs.
Line shot there to left, and Jose scoring easily. Turns out they cut the relay. So it's 3-0 now, and that'll bring up Luis Gonzalez. So Sox have still 2 men on, 2 outs. So the error extends the inning, and the Sox cash in. Here's a bunt, third base side. This is a beauty. Will it stay fair? It will. Hugs the line, and that'll be a base hit.
All right, this is a little hyperbole, but that's one of the best bunts I've ever seen.
That was perfect.
Rich King, you've watched a lot of baseball.
Nellie Fox.
Yeah, I mean, how good is this bunt right here?
That's about as good as you get it. You know, in the old days, the White Sox, there's a bunt at the replay. Gene Bossert, who was Roger's father, used to build up the dirt along third base so that Fox's bunts would stay on the fair territory. But I don't think that's the case here.
No, although maybe Roger's doing what he learned from his dad, and he's like, you know what, I got to help Luis out here today. In case he wants to lay down a bunt in the 3rd inning with 2 outs and 2 men on, I got to be prepared.
So the Sox load the bases. Gene was a great guy.
I never met him. Never met Gene.
You weren't old enough.
No.
I did. He was a wonderful man. So is Roger, who I miss here. I haven't seen Roger yet.
I've seen him. Yeah, he's here. He's here. He's spending a lot of time on the practice fields on the other end of the facility.
Well, we are relegated to our booth here, so we can't even get down there. Anyway, bases loaded. Sox can really cash in here big time thanks to the air. Leary swings and fouls it back. So the runs will be unearned. But they'd be on the board. 3-0 Sox, looking for more here with Garcia. Struck out his first time up. Moncada at third, Jimenez at second, and Gonzalez at first.
And the one thing about that bunt is the timing of it. They weren't expecting that.
No.
I mean, he just drove in a run. You're thinking, okay, now we got Luis Gonzalez up. Oh, bunt.
There's a pitch to a ball. Well, they're trying to bring more action back into the game. These minor league rules they've proposed, designed to put the ball in play more and get more action on the bases. And they've devalued the bunt so much over the years. Turns out to be an exciting play right there.
That's what La Russa believes. And I'm sure when he saw what Luis Gonzalez did there, he's going to keep that in mind.
Throw to first. That one almost got by. Contreras gunned it down there. Duffy made the stop. 2-1. They've gone full circle on that. Years ago, they de-emphasized the stolen base and the bunt and all that stuff that's been around for a century and a half, and now they're trying to bring it back. So,
I'm all for the bunt if you can bunt.
Yeah, well, a lot of guys are not taught the right way nowadays. That's been devalued, so that's why they're not doing it. 2-1. Inside, 3-1. So the Sox can get one more ball here to Garcia, and they force in another run.
Cubs do have someone warming up in the bullpen, but we can't see from here who it is. It is a lefty.
They've got a big screen over that wall out there. You can't get the number. All right, 3-1. Bases loaded. Mills fires it way inside.
He's been throwing inside a lot, not on purpose, but I'm saying like there have been a lot of pitches where he hasn't had the control, and the White Sox have had to duck out of the way.
Well, the board was wrong, obviously, so it's now 3-1. It was 2-1. Yeah, the board burns us again.
Now it says 3-2.
Now 3-2.
It is 3-0 White Sox. We can guarantee that.
3-2 count.
And the bases are loaded.
Now we need one more, for sure. One more ball. Here's Bell's at the belt, and he fires it. Swinging a shot. Duffy makes the play at first. Hustling over to Mills, he gets him at first. So a shot, but Duffy made a nice play behind the bag. But the White Sox tack on, thanks to a base hit by Eloy again, knocking his third run. At the end of 3 here in Glendale, it's the White Sox 3 and the Cubs 0.
Welcome back to Camelback Ranch in Glendale, Arizona, and Sox fans stream every regular season game live or on demand with MLB.tv online or on your favorite supported devices. Plus, get select spring training games. Blackouts and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Rich, we have a new pitcher on the mound for the White Sox.
That's right. Jonathan Stever comes in, replacing Dylan Cease, who pitched a wonderful 3 innings. The line on Cease, 3 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 2 strikeouts. Good command.
Yeah, you couldn't really ask for a better
Nope.
first Cactus League start for Cease. Going 3 innings. Only gives up the 1 hit, and it was not even a sharp hit.
Nope.
Strikes out 2 against a pretty good Cubs lineup featuring Happ, Contreras, Peterson, and Maben.
And here is Contreras, 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim of Cease in the first. Up high for a ball for Stever. 23 years old for Jonathan Stever out of Cedarburg, Wisconsin.
Midwestern guy.
Fires it inside corner for a strike, 1-1.
And Stever's a depth piece for this rotation, you know?
Yep.
You're not going to go through the whole season. I mean, you would love it if you just 5 starters all the way from start to finish, but usually that doesn't happen. So you need guys who can come in when needed, and he could be one of those guys.
Shot to third. Moncada grabs it and throws. And 1 up, 1 down for the Chicago Cubs here in the 4th inning for Jock Peterson. Stever, number 7 prospect in the Baseball America rankings, said they have the best curveball in the White Sox system, according to the media guide, which was just delivered to us.
That's the Bible.
White Sox media guide, fresh off the presses. Just got it here. All right. 1 up, 1 down. Peterson fly the left in the 1st inning. The shift is on for him. Moncada on the left side. Mendick over pulled in right center on the grass. Garcia on the grass and right. And Abreu way behind the bag at first. Outside.
One thing you're going to notice about Stever, he likes to pitch at a quick pace. He's aware that it helps his defense, so they stay on their toes, and he likes to establish a rhythm and keep it going. Here we go again.
Yep.
Well, he's quick and he's pitching fast, but it's a 3-0 count.
I don't trust that board anymore.
So it's not 3-0?
Well, it is 3-0. Ball 4. So he gets the first out, but then walks Peterson. And brings up Cameron Maben.
I don't know why more pitchers just don't pitch with a quick pace.
Oh,
if I know that it's going to help my defense, I'm going to try to do that, right?
Well, you look at the successful pitchers in baseball, and going back to, well, Burley recently, obviously, but Fergie Jenkins and Chip Gibson, they didn't mess around out there. Here's Maben. Strike 1. Stever's 2nd outing. He worked 2 against Seattle on the 5th of March. 3 hits and a run, struck out 2. 1 on, 1 out. Swinging a foul back. 0-2 on Maben. Maben a fly out in the 2nd inning. Jonathan Stever. Liam Hendricks supposed to pitch today, along with Garrett Crochet and Connor Sadzik. Swinging a shot, center field, a base hit. And Peterson will stop at 2nd. Solid shot there by Cameron Maben. 2 on for the Cubs now and 1 out. Here's Jake Marisnick, who rolled out the 3rd, his first appearance in the 2nd. Wind has died down now. The flag's motionless out there in center field on a warm afternoon here in Glendale. Understand the weather in Chicago not all that good after a pretty mild stretch back there. But hope you're sitting back and enjoying this one.
What do you think the temperature is going to be for the home opener against the Royals, April 8th?
Good luck with that. 42. Swing and a miss.
I'm calling for 52.
I hope
and
so.
sun. 52 and sun. I'm thinking optimistically.
I'm telling you, I've been to so many openers. I think one or two has been pretty mild conditions, but the rest have been all chilly. One strike on Marisnick. That one just missed. After one out, Peterson walks and Maben hits a shot to center for a base hit. So Stever in a jam. Sox lead though 3-0 here in the fourth.
You know, I want to give a shout out to Chris Kamka, our statistician, stat guru. He's much more than that for NBC Sports Chicago, because his favorite day, one of his favorite days, is when the media guide comes out. Because it's got all the information. I mean, he's got most of it stored in his head. He's his own personal media guide, but he likes to have it.
Is he a sabermetrics?
Oh, he's into it all.
Oh.
And I think I think he has every single one they've ever had.
Swinging a base hit to right. This will probably score a run. Peterson rounding third, and he will score as Maben gets back into second base. A little ground ball got through on the right side for Marisnick, and the Cubs on the board. Cuts the lead to 3-1 for the White Sox. So first and second now, and one out for David Bodie. RBI for Marisnick. That ball was a chopper that got through.
So Bodie's competing with Nico Horner for the Cubs' second base job. Bodie's known for his offense. Horner's better known for his defense, but he struggled offensively last year, and he's sitting around 200 this spring.
Began the day hitting 200. He's 0 for 1. Popped up in foul territory to Moncada in the second inning. Cubs in business here. 2 on, 1 out, 1 in.
You know, the problem is when you have a guy like Cease throwing the way he was, and then you come in and you don't have your best stuff, the hitters are going to be like, oh, this is much better. I've got a better chance to hit this.
There's a pickup. They got him. I don't know where he's going, but they got him in the hot box now. Maben. 2 runners now at second base, and will tag Maben out. I don't know what happened on that one. He just froze out there. And now they're going back to.
What's going on here?
Did they not?
But
wait a minute. Well, they're calling one base runner safe. I think they got him at third base, though. They did get him at third. There's a lot of confusion going. Here's La Russa coming up. Now, somebody's entitled to second base when 2 guys are on it.
Right.
So Maben took off for third, and I think they tagged him at third base, though. And now there's mass confusion. All the umpires huddling.
I think they were assuming that maybe Maben wasn't tagged, and that's why they had to throw him out. I'm not sure what the deal was there.
Oh, the umpires huddling. The second base umpire is Gabe Morales, and he indicated that somebody had. I think the
which guy did he tag at second? Do we have a replay here?
He tagged. I think that Maben was tagged at third in any event. Here it is, the replay. All right, they get him. I don't know where he was going. He gets picked off easily. Now they go both go back to second base. Moncada tags Maben. Now he signals out.
He still went running for third.
He still went to third.
And then he said it looked like he gave the motion of he ran out of the baseline.
I don't know. He did signal out, so somebody's out. In any event, I still think that the umpire at third base called Maben out on the relay.
Something tells me La Russa has seen this before.
So what's going to happen here? Let's see.
So Marisnick's at second, and there's an out.
So Maben is out.
Maben is out.
As he should have been in the first place.
Yes.
So it goes to the pickoff. Let's see. 1, 4, 3. Right? Yep. That's it. 1, 4, 3.
1, 4, 3.
No, 1, 4. No, 1, 4, 5. 1, 4, 5.
Abreu was nowhere near that.
1, 4, 5. Yep. 1, 4, 5. All right, 2 outs. That's the big thing. Stever fires it outside corner.
I hit that 96, did Stever on the outside corner. That was maybe his best pitch he's thrown.
So Marisnick is on second base now. Sox still lead 3-1. It's a big out. I have no idea where Maben was going. Swing and a miss.
Twice I don't know where he was going.
Yeah, he wandered off the base. Stever had the ball in his hand. I have no clue. He wasn't even that far off second. He was like 10 or 12 feet off the bag. 1-2. Stever trying to get out of this jam in the fourth. Swing and a shot to right in there, down the line. This is score Marisnick, and Bodie goes into second base with a two-bagger. That was a bullet.
Yeah, good piece of hitting there from David Bodie. Spraying it down the right field line. Eden had to go get it, and that's an RBI double, making it 3-2 White Sox.
So Stever gives up a pair here in the fourth, and it brings up Eric Sogard. The base running blunder did help, still helped though, because it took that base runner out of the equation. Sox still have a 1-run lead. Outside with that one by Stever. One ball and no strikes. Sogard singled in his first at bat in the third. Stever looks in, here it comes. Outside.
Yeah, fastball command hasn't been there so much for Stever, so now it's a 2-0 count, putting Sogard in the driver's seat with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs.
Stever up at the big club last year for a couple of outings. Outside again. 3-0. Matt Duffy in the on-deck circle. Unless there's a pinch hitter. Let's see.
I think it's a pinch hitter.
Yep, 84.
Good year for the Cubs, by the way.
3-0. And he walks him. 2 walks in the inning for Stever now. And Sogard goes the first.
Ethan Katz coming out and looking into the White Sox bullpen. Everybody in the bullpen actually is loosening up, not to actually come into the game yet, but they're stirring out there. As you see them moving around, getting ready. As Katz speaks with Stever, and we're expected to see Garrett Crochet, Liam Hendricks pitch in this game.
Pinch hitter, Chuck, is Alfonso Rivera for the Cubs.
This is a very inside Cubs thing, but his walk-up song with that number should be "Jump" by Van Halen. I mean, come on. It's obvious.
Left-hand batter facing Stever, 2 on here. Takes a strike. So they got the first out. Stever did an easy roller to third, but after that, a walk, a single, a double, and a walk. Base running blunder by the Cubs. Y'all mix it in. Three to 2. White Sox on top. Here it is. Outside.
I was talking about him, Stever, liking to pitch at a quick pace, but now with his control not being there, runners on base, things have slowed down for him as he's trying to get out of this inning.
Swinging a high fly ball. Gonzalez drifting back in center, and he one-hands it for the out. Ball was hit well, but right at Gonzalez. So Alfonso Rivera, final out in the inning. Cubs play 2 at the end of 3.5 here in Glendale. White Sox still on top, 3-2.
All the action from a private diamond suite this season. Host your closest friends and family with a customizable food and beverage menu. A customizable food and beverage menu. For more information, call or text 312-674-1000 or visit WhiteSox.com today. White Sox fans coming back to the ballpark in 2021, and it's going to start at about, was it 20%
Right.
on opening day or the home opener, and if things continue to improve, the numbers will go up in terms of how many fans are allowed back in the park, and can't wait to see everybody there.
New pitcher for the Cubs is Shelby Miller, the veteran, facing White Sox here in the fourth. Jonathan LaCroix leading it off. He flat out to center in his first at bat. Shelby Miller, been around for a while. Minor league contract with the Cubs this year. Played for St. Louis, Atlanta, and Texas. Career record 38 and 56. A little soft shot to first base for the out. Alfonso Rivera, now who batted in the previous inning, pinch hitter, now in there at first base.
Miller, when he was with the Cardinals at 22 and 23, he was one of the best young pitchers in baseball. He's now 29, and just to show you how careers can go, here's Shelby Miller, minor league deal with the Cubs, just trying to get a spot, get his groove back, and he's looked great. He's added a slider, and he might open up as the long man for this team, and with the potential that he finds his way back into the rotation on a major league team.
Well, the Cubs in need of pitching, having lost Yu Darvish, John Lester. LaCroix first out of a little soft liner in the first. And now Danny Mendick fouls it off 0-2. Mendick 0 for 1.
So Mendick played a role, actually someone who played a big role for him to become a utility man. The guy who really helped him and gave him all sorts of knowledge to be a utility guy, what it takes and what it means and what you can do for the clubhouse. Willie Harris,
Wow.
2005 World Series champ.
Yeah.
He was the Winston-Salem coach when Mendick was there, and he's now the third base coach of the Cubs.
Ground ball to third, and easy out, 5-3 as Vargas makes the play on the chopper. 2 up, 2 down here in the fourth for Adam Eaton, who had a hustle double in the third. Grounded out in his first at bat. So 2 on, nobody out. Sox leading here 3-2. They play Eaton shift away over toward right, although shortstop Sogard is still on the, as we look at the left side of second base.
Where do you stand on the shift in baseball?
I don't know. You know, I don't think they get rid of it because it goes way back in the game. I mean, this is not something new. I mean,
But what's new is everybody's doing.
yeah,
Right.
exactly. Ted Williams shift, and I know Nellie Fox. I tell you, he played back when Williams was up. He played way on the grass all the time. Williams said it cost him 12 hits a year because they faced the team 22 times, and with nobody on board. Fox was always way back in the grass, and Williams always complained about it.
Yeah, Ted Williams would always say sabermetrics. I'm against it.
Well, I'm trying to understand it. I had a talk with Len Casper the last broadcast about various stats, and I'm trying to get into this WAR stat. I'm studying on it.
WAR?
The WAR. I can't quite get it.
Well,
I mean,
there are different types of WAR, and there are, for the most part, my feeling on WAR is for the most part. I mean, it's the one stat you can put together, take all the stats together, and it can help you decide, okay, who is the most important player for your team from a statistical standpoint.
There's a ball. But
And sometimes it makes sense, and then there's some outliers that don't make sense. So when I see that, it's like, well, I can use this stat to my benefit or to my detriment.
But it's defined as the guy who replaces you is not as good as you, right?
That's that too.
But
yes.
that applies to every
It just puts
position.
Yeah, right. It puts a value. I look at it as it puts a statistical value on a
But
player.
what if the guy hits the same as you when you're out of the lineup? Swinging a foul. What if the guy, say in Moncada's case, all right?
Yeah.
Say, or let's say second base, whatever position. If Leury Garcia comes in, hits the same amount, it's 300 or something, the guy who, or Moncada, third, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What value is Moncada then? And what is,
Well,
Larry's the same
Well,
kind
it's not
of
just the batting average; it's the whole thing. It's putting multiple stats together.
Okay, ground ball to second. 4-3 for the out.
We just solved it all right here.
Trying to figure it out.
There it is.
Someday I will. All right. We played 4 full here in Glendale. White Sox lead the Cubs 3-2.
We're at a White Sox summer camp presented by Wintrust. Starting at $149, kids ages 5 to 12 can register for a camp at any of our 40 locations throughout the Chicagoland area. Register today at whitesox.com/play. Chuck Garfien here with Rich King. All right, Rich, going back to last inning when Maybin and Marisnick were at second base at the same time, I have been flooded with tweets from Sox fans who are giving me the information that we could not provide. I don't have the rule book with me, but we have some very, very astute, intelligent Sox fans.
So who's entitled to the base?
Okay, so it should have been a double play. That's what they're saying. The original person that occupied second base gets second base when there are 2 people occupying the base.
Right.
The runner from first was tagged out. The runner from second base tagged out going to third. The umps let it go. This is from Bogdan Pomazak. That's what he says. So it should have been a double play.
All right, here's Vargas. So in other words, the base was Maybin's base, right?
Hold on a second. It was Maybin's base. Well,
the original base.
Yeah,
runner.
yes.
So he tagged him. So
yeah,
he's out.
He's out.
But Marisnick stayed at second base.
Now you're confusing me. He stayed on second base. He just got to second base.
Anyway, 2-1.
You know, when there's chaos on the base paths, that's always been my weak point. That's when I call up Benetti, and I just rely on Jason Benetti to get us through the craziness of that. You know who was a terrible Little League umpire back in the day? Me.
Chuck.
Yeah, terrible.
3-1.
My apologies to all the dads in Flossmoor, Illinois in the 70s and 80s.
Swing a ground ball to second. Garcia makes the play, and there's one down.
Because I heard from him. They were not happy with me. Oh, we got Garfien umping this game?
Well, what confused me is he tagged. Moncada tagged him. He tagged Maybin. Maybin took off for third base.
Well, that's the thing. You
got tagged again.
You always see, you tag both runners, you take care of it. But who knows?
So when he tagged him, the umpire did say out, so that's what confused me.
I could spend the entire half inning reading all these tweets from Sox fans, but I think we'll focus on the game. And I appreciate all the tweets I'm getting from you guys. I appreciate it. I really do.
Well, thanks for being with us. That's the main thing. Yeah. We're grateful. One strike on Happ.
Yeah, Stever's like, hey, I just got an out. You want to talk about that?
Swinging a chopper. Jose backhands it, flips to Stever, who makes the play at first for the out. So, better inning now for Jonathan. 2 up and 2 down. Brings up Contreras, who is 0 for 2. So after a rough fourth, Stever gets 2 ground balls here to start the 5th.
A lot of Cubs fans are wondering if Wilson Contreras would be on this team during spring training.
Well,
another offseason of trade rumors and nothing happened.
He's here, and I think he's staying. You hear a lot about this free agency with the Cubs. They got 3 main guys, and the one guy you hear that's going to be traded all the time is Kris Bryant. There's the pitch inside.
I like what Wilson did. It was in December when the trade rumors started heating up with him, and he sent out a tweet to Wilson Contreras, here we go again. I like that. Sense of humor about it.
I think they'll keep Rizzo. There's a shot foul on the line. And they'll probably keep Contreras. No speculation, but Bryant's the guy that most likely to go.
Yeah, and that was another one. Everyone assumed he would be traded, but you got to think, you see how the season goes, and if they're not in contention come the trade deadline and there's a team in need of a Kris Bryant, that would be, I would say, the equation. Great pitch there. That would be the equation that I think would get Kris Bryant traded.
Well, you can't write this team off because they got some really good. They had a terrible year with the bats last year, but those averages, an aberration, and one would think in this crazy year. But they come back. They could be in the mix. up high. Incredible at batting averages. Hitters usually hit well.
Well, Stever's been much more efficient, cleaner in his delivery here in this half inning. See if he can get rid of Contreras here.
High fly ball. Gonzalez drifts back in center, and he will make the grab for the out. So good inning for Jonathan. 3 up and 3 down. And we've played 4.5. Halfway through here in Glendale. White Sox cling to a 3-2 lead.
Welcome back to Camelback Ranch. It is a 3-2 ball game. Bottom of the 5th inning. Chuck Garfien here with Rich King. A beautiful day for baseball. I got Yasmani Grandal leading off, and Alec Mills, is he still out there? It's Mills. No, Shelby Miller.
Shelby Miller.
I got confused because there's Mills,
right,
and there's Miller.
Miller
pitched last inning.
It's been a confusing game so far.
Yeah.
I think I figured out that play. I think the fans are right, because we'll deal with this in a second, but let's set the inning up first. Here's Yasmani, who is 1 for 2. Infield hit. Shot to first in the first inning. Takes it inside. Okay, Cameron Maben's on second base. He gets picked off. All right. They tagged him. He's out. All right. They tagged Marisnik. He's out.
Yes.
Right? Double play.
Yes.
But they didn't tag Marisnik out. Did they tag
he did. He tagged them both.
And there's double play. And then he takes off for third base, which really confused everybody.
But not a collection of White Sox fans who knew exactly what was going on.
There's a pitch for a strike.
So I had sent out a tweet asking White Sox fans, where are you watching the stream from? What city? Oh, man. It's a small world, and yet it's a big world.
Wow.
And there are White Sox fans everywhere. Let's see, we got Milwaukee, D.C., Bloomington, Indiana, Hanover, Germany, Homer Glen, Louisville, Kentucky, San Diego again, the Big Island of Hawaii, West Covina, California, Pembroke Pines, Florida, St. Louis, Scottsdale, Marshall, Missouri. We have Derby, England. Derby, England. So it's a global team.
Swinging a foul tip. He's out. So Grandal, the first out here, and the 5th. Wow, that's a pretty good reach, Chuck.
Yeah. Hamilton, Ohio. Oh, so actually, this guy named Tom Schisler is streaming on a beach in Hawaii, and he has sent me a photo of him streaming on a beach in Hawaii. I thought it was great to be at the park. Tom beat us. He's in Hawaii watching the game on his phone, I think.
It's pretty early out there, isn't it? All right, here's Jose taking one low. Shelby Miller on the hill for the Cubs. White Sox lead 3-2. Yeah, the webcasts have come a long way in 4 years since I've been doing them.
You've been driving them, Rich.
Well, you know, it's a labor of love for me, obviously, at this point in my life. I'm going to follow back. It's like an extra inning, right? it's my extra innings.
You got an extra inning in your career. Exactly. And this game could go 18 innings.
I had a quote from Jerry Reinsdorf years ago. He said he's in overtime. So I'm in overtime with him. There's a pitch up high. No, it's a great scenario. I mean, you talk about it, labor of love. Spring training is to me, the best time of the year. Everybody's pressure is off. Everybody's happy, optimistic. Got the sunshine. You can't beat it. 2-1 on Jose. Swing and a shot. Will it stay fair? It does. Jose rounds first. Trots into second base with a 2-bagger after 1 out here in the 5th. Boy, that ball was really drilled.
You know, Jose was struggling to start his spring training campaign, and the signs are there that he is finding his stroke. He almost hit a home run here. In fact, did hit a homer yesterday, but he was robbed by Buddy Reed with a great catch. And now he's going to right field, sharply to the corner for a double. And this is what you want to see with about a week and a half or so left in spring training.
Never a doubt in my mind or anybody's mind that Jose would hit. All right, he's on second base with 1 out for Moncada. Ball gets away, and Jose will move up to third. Contreras couldn't handle that one. See what they call this one. Should be a wild pitch, I would imagine. So Shelby Miller, as the infield comes in now. Yep, wild pitch, curly in the dirt. Now a runner on third base, only 1 out here. Chance for Moncada to give the White Sox a 2-run lead again. Takes a strike.
The idea of Moncada batting fourth, La Russa said that he thinks that Moncada likes the challenge of batting fourth. It's something to kind of put him, not that he's out of his comfort zone. He has batted some cleanup, not too much, but I'm liking him in the cleanup spot now.
Breaking ball outside from Mills.
He's in between Abreu and Jimenez.
He can hit pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you've got a switch hitter between those two.
Yeah.
That's a landmine for these opposing pitchers.
I think Yoan's going to have a fantastic year after battling that illness all year. He's healthy, strong again. 2-1 pitch from Shelby Miller. Ground ball, foul. Boy, that ball almost stayed in fair territory. Just foul past third. So it's 2-2 on Yoan.
La Russa was talking with the guys the other day, not just talking to them, they were going through situations, getting the guy in from third base with less than 2 outs. This is something that he's harping on with his team here in spring training, and we're in that situation right now. 1 out, Abreu on third.
And a 2-2 count. Bounces in. Nice stop by Contreras behind the plate.
I think that ball slipped out of his hand.
It's almost a second wild pitch in the inning. That would have scored the run. Abreu gets a double down the line, moves up to third of the wild pitch.
Yeah, that was in the grass.
Yes. 55-footer from Shelby Miller. Infield really tight. Here it comes. Swing and a miss.
That was a great pitch by Miller, and that might have been that slider he's been working on.
Well, I guess the big out. Moncada strikes out. Second strikeout in the inning for Miller.
So Eloy, as we'll watch this replay here, that's a great pitch. That's not Moncada. That's
off the
Miller.
table.
You're not hitting that.
Dropped off the table.
So Jimenez, in his first 2 at-bats, has swung at the first pitch and has driven in 3 runs with 2 hits. Let's see what happens here. First pitch.
Infield now back. A lot of room up the middle for Jimenez. I think did it again.
He was going for the fences there. That was the Eloy Jimenez home run swing on that nasty slider that Miller has picked up. If he can throw this pitch, that's a game changer for him and the Cubs this year. That's a really dynamite pitch right there.
Sox lead 3-2. Let's see if Eloy can pick up Moncada on this one. Strike is called. Oh, and 2 now on Eloy. Here's the pitch. Let's see where it is. A little bit low, but got the call. 0-2. Shelby Miller delivers. And he fools him, struck him out. So Miller really came on stronger after a double by Jose. In fact, he struck out the side. Sox failed to score. At the end of 5. White Sox 3, Cubs 2.
King It is the top of the 6th inning, and we have Jonathan Stiever still out there and a whole bunch of changes. You got them all there, Rich?
I got him, baby. It's Nick Williams in right and Matt Reynolds at third. Those are the changes.
Okay.
So
and we are getting all sorts of responses. They're flooding in from all over the globe on where White Sox fans are watching the stream. We've got New Lenox. We have a dorm room in Columbia, Missouri, Jacksonville, Florida. Our good friend Twiggy Flo, he's in Australia. Melbourne, Australia is he watching from? Yes, he is. He's a big White Sox fan. Portland, Oregon, Hamilton, Ohio, Austin, Texas, Madison, Wisconsin, Lansing, Illinois, Tinley Park, where it's snowing, Lake Murray, South Carolina, Mansfield, Texas, Schaumburg, Illinois, and I will stop there.
Wonderful news, Chuck.
Yes.
Jock Peterson rips one. That ball's drilled out there, and Williams, newly inserted in right field, races over to make the catch.
The thing with Peterson, he is just locked in. Even when he makes outs, they are hard outs. He and the Cubs went opening day like yesterday for him. He's that locked in right now.
He's 0 for 2 now, but that ball was drilled. Here's Maben. Gave the White Sox a break by getting picked off in the 4th inning. Otherwise, it'd be a tie game, 3-2 Sox. An eventful inning that was. 0-1 on Maben. Stiever still in there. Fires a strike, swing and a miss.
Yeah, this is good to see because now Peterson did hit that ball hard, but Stiever's really struggled in his 1st inning, came back, looked great last inning against some of the top hitters in this lineup, and now he's out here for a 3rd inning because they want to get him, ready to be a starter, ready to see what happens in case, whether it's going to be the AAA season, whatever Stiever's going to be doing when the season begins.
Swing and a miss, and that does it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 5 in a row.
Now here's a replay on that pitch from Stiever, off speed. And Maben had no shot.
All right, here is Jake Marisnick. Single in the 4th. And he scored. Rolled out the first time up. Stiever gaining strength here as we go on. Fires a strike on the inside corner.
He's got that quick delivery going, too. He's just getting the ball and throwing it.
0-1. Here it comes. Up high.
Marisnick expected to be the Cubs' 4th or 5th outfielder behind Peterson, Happ, and Hayward.
Gets one in the air towards center field. Gonzalez moving in, and he makes the catch. So, nice job by Stiever. He settles down the last 2 innings. We played 5.5 here in Glendale, and the Sox cling to that 3-2 lead.
You're looking at Camelback Ranch in Glendale, Arizona. A lot of Cubs fans and Sox fans here in the stadium here. And it was funny because it was kind of chilly around noon.
Yeah.
And you could tell the Chicagoans who were just glad to get out of Chicago showed up in shorts and tank tops, and it was about 55 degrees and they were freezing. But the sun has come out. It's a beautiful day. They're enjoying spring training baseball, and White Sox fans, and we're obviously in a limited capacity right now, but you hope next year it's back to normal or something close to it, and please come out here and enjoy White Sox baseball. It is a great experience for baseball fans, families. It's a great time.
It's the best, Chuck, no question about it. New battery for the Cubs. Brad Wick, the new pitcher, left-hander, and Miguel Amaya catching, placing Contreras. Big, tall left-hander, Brad Wick. Made the opening day roster a year ago, but then got hurt. Pulled a hamstring for the Cubs. Facing the White Sox here in the 6th.
All right, so the White Sox have 5 righties in the bullpen and 1 lefty. And if I am seeing things correctly, through the fence, the 1 lefty is throwing, and that would be Garrett Crochet. And if that is Crochet, and I believe it is. He'll be coming in next inning.
Check swing by Luis Gonzalez, who got the start in center field today when Luis Robert was scratched with that abdominal strain. Again, precautionary for Luis.
He should lay down that bunt again.
2-2, yeah, he's 1 for 2, double play and a bunt single, which was a beauty down the third base side. Swing and a miss, and he got him. So, Wick comes in, strikes out the first man he faces, and brings up Leury. Again, Miguel Amaya, the catcher for the Cubs. Contreras leaving the game after going 0 for 3. Leury Garcia 0 for 2. Strikeout and a ground out for the utility man for the White Sox. Playing second base today.
Yeah, he's played second in his career. Second, third, short, left, center, right. He's DH'd, in fact. And he's pitched.
Faked the bunt, but goes inside for a ball, way inside.
The thing for Garcia is staying healthy. As that goes inside too, is that he injured his left thumb diving head first into first base last August, missed the rest of the regular season. And he says, look, it's the heat of the moment, and players are always told don't dive into first base, and he's gotten into that habit over the course of his career. He's trying to stop that because he's got to stay healthy and in the games.
Swing and a pop-up. Will it stay in play? No. Got a new left fielder for the Cubs, too. Michael Hermosillo playing left field. Keep track of these changes in this game here in the 6th inning. Sox lead 3-2. So Peterson out of the game after hitting a rope out there in right field in the previous inning. 2-1 the count. Here it comes. Swing and a miss and a high pitch. 2-2. 92-mile-an-hour fastball from the big left-hander. Jonathan LaCroix would be next for the White Sox. One down here in the 6th. Nobody on. 2-2 on Garcia. Breaking pitch, swinging a pop fly. Shortstop drifting back. And Sogard makes the play for the second out. 2 up and 2 down here.
They took something off it and flew it out to left field. So 2 outs, and LaCroix, this might be his last bat. We'll see for LaCroix. Sometimes they make a switch after a third at bat by the catcher. And Zach Collins and Collins, Zavala, and Mercedes are on the bench here today for the White Sox.
2 on, nobody out. LaCroix 0 for 2. Soft liner to first base his last time up, a fly ball to center, and he takes the ball. Mendick in the on-deck circle. Sox got 2 in the first, 1 in the third. Cubs 2 in the fourth. That one misses. 2-0. Cubs have a new center fielder. We'll catch up on that too. 2-0 on LaCroix. Up high, 3-0. Fastball, 90 miles an hour from Wick. So the Cubs have had Shelby Miller. Mills got the start, and now Wick. We are in inning number 6 on a gorgeous day. Chuck mentioned a little cool when they began, but warmed up in a hurry, and now the wind has died down a little bit, so we got a very pleasant day. As Chuck has scoured the Twitter accounts to see where everybody is.
I mean, I got so many. I could spend the rest of the game just telling where people are watching the game from. It's crazy. We'll get to it next half inning. More locations from Sox fans watching the stream.
Swinging a pop-up. This will be the third out. And that does it. So an easy inning for the left-hander. Strike out in 2 pop-ups. And after 6, White Sox 3, Cubs 2.
Cubs 3-2 in the 7th inning, and there's a new pitcher on the mound for the White Sox, Garrett Crochet, who has yet to give up a run this spring. And last year, 6 innings, no runs, 3 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. Rich, he went straight, well, not really straight from college to the majors, but essentially he did no minor league season, barely a college season because of the pandemic. And he pitched great late in the year for the White Sox. And here he is facing Bodie, Sogard, and Rivas in the 7th.
This guy can obviously throw the big heat. 99, 100 miles an hour for Garrett Crochet. He pipes one in there outside.
And he can hit 100. He can hit 101, but he says he's been kind of laying it off a little bit here to about 96, 97 in spring, and waiting, saving some of his best stuff, hardest stuff for the regular season.
First one was 99. That one I think was 96. So he's behind the count. Bodie 2-0 on the Cubs' second baseman, who is 1 for 2, a double. Crochet fires, swinging a shot to left. That ball could get out there. Eloy chasing it, but it goes in the corner. And Bodie will cruise into second base with a double.
Yeah, Crochet was having problems on the first 2 pitches, with his command. So it was a 2-0 pitch, and that's a great piece to hit. And also there from Bodie for the double there. So a leadoff man aboard at second base for the Cubs.
Here is Sogard, who is 1 for 1, single and a walk. Cubs trying to tie it up. Sox lead 3-2. Leadoff double here. So Stever works 3. Settled down after a rough first inning. Gave up 2 runs. Crochet delivers. That one is 98. Inside pitch.
96.
96. 1 ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Rivas in the on-deck circle for the Cubs. And he takes a strike.
That was 82. I mean, he's got a changeup that is between 90 and 93. Changeup. What do you think Cy Young, Walter Johnson,
I know.
Christy Mathewson would think about that? Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Darren Jackson before the game about that. It's amazing, these changeups, 90 miles an hour, 89, 88. 1-1. That's a strike called as he delivers another fastball. 96, right, Chuck?
Yeah.
1-2. Leadoff double here by David Bodie in the 7th. White Sox go 9 innings the rest of the year. The shortened games are over for the White Sox. Swinging a high pop fly. Foul territory. Reynolds grabs it for the out. Matt Reynolds in there at third base now. Nice play. Fought the sky and the sun and the wall and the screen anyway and got the out.
One of Crochet's best games, maybe his best game last year as a rookie, was against these Cubs. 2 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts. The 3 guys he struck out in that game were Bryant, Schwarber, and Rizzo. And I was talking to him here at spring training, and he says he didn't realize what he had done until he came off the field because he was just focused on he wasn't really focused on who was at the plate. He just wanted to get whoever was in the box out. He had this tunnel vision, and he essentially had to be told, yeah, you struck out Bryant, Rizzo, and Schwarber.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good for him.
He made Rizzo look bad. I mean, I saw the game. 3 pitches. Blazed him each one. That
Yeah,
was 97 on that one.
If he's got his good stuff, lefties don't have a shot. We'll see what Rivas does.
Got to get him with a runner on second base. Sox nursing a 3-2 lead. You know, Tony was saw a quote from him the other day about winning games in exhibition season. You know, it doesn't mean anything, of course, but he said, anytime you go out, you want to win. So there's some edge on this one, no question. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, when they were 1-8-3, that doesn't feel good. Doesn't look good, doesn't feel good. And they've won 2 in a row. And you want to see them, certainly the guys who are going to be breaking camp with you, having good springs. And you want to win a few games. When they were 1-8-3, it was like, wait, what? What's going on here?
Let's see if he blows them away here. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot. Base hit to left. Let's see if the runner tries to score. He will. Here's the throw from Eloy. And he will score easily. And the throw gets by the cutoff man. And Rivas moves into second base. So we have a tie game. That ball was drilled to left.
By a lefty.
Yep.
And we have not seen too many left-handed hitters do this against Crochet, but he left it out over the plate. RBI single, and Rivas is having some issues there at second base.
Yeah, here comes the trainer out. See what happened. He hit that ball on a line on the ground to left field. Clean shot for a base hit. And now they're looking at him.
It might be a hamstring there.
So, leadoff double by Bodie.
Yeah, he's coming out.
And he will come out of the game. So Rivas, 2 at bats, 1 for 2, including the game tying single. He's kind of limping a little bit as he comes off. It's like a hamstring.
Oh, you want to hear some more White Sox fans where they're watching
go ahead,
from?
I got the
All right, well, we have George. George is watching the game from Palmer Research Station in Antarctica. So props to George for tuning in from so far away. We hope that this game is providing you some warmth and clearly some baseball. We got Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake, Antarctica.
Wow.
It's
everywhere.
Yeah.
Patrick Wisdom is the pinch runner.
I'll get to these later. We got to focus on the game here.
That's good stuff. Take your time, yeah.
Take my time.
Breaking here.
Now I want to see how Crochet does here.
Crochet fires. Outside. There's Vargas. Vargas 0 for 2. Ildemaro Vargas. This guy once tied a game playing for the Mets. 1-1. The game went 18 or 19 innings, then won the game with a base hit. Ildemaro Vargas. Swing and a chop foul. Helmet flies off. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So the Cubs tie it here in the 7th off of Crochet. Ortega will bat next for the Cubs, as in Happ's spot in the order, center fielder. Here it comes, swinging a chop. Nettles cuts it off. Low throw, but Abreu digs it out. So 2 outs.
So Reynolds has made both plays, both outs for Crochet. The great catch in foul territory on the pop fly, and then sucks that one up and fires to Abreu for the out for 2 outs.
There's Rafael Ortega replacing Happ in the lineup. Happ 0 for 3. We are in the 7th. Sox have 7 hits. The Cubs have 6 hits. They took an error off the board.
They did.
There was an error on the board earlier, but I kind of thought that was a base hit.
We aren't included on these scoring decisions. I think the scoreboard operator said, you know what? I'm not giving him an error. There it is. It's gone.
They changed their mind. That's all. They called it right. 3-3 was the score. 3-3. There's the pitch. And he takes it. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Crochet, a double, a pop fly, a single, and a rollout. This is his 4th outing. And that's the first one he's given up. And 3 scoreless, 1 hit till now. 1 ball and 1 strike on Rafael Ortega. Here it comes. Pop foul. It's the screen.
I mean, when you're watching pitchers in spring training, you don't exactly know what they're working on. He might be Crochet trying to work on something right here, right now, because you can't really do that during the regular season. And, whether it's a fastball, whether it's situations against certain pitchers and hitters. I mean, we got another lefty here. Let's see what he throws here with 2 strikes.
And he got him. 84-mile-an-hour slider, changeup, whatever, right?
Out pitch.
Yeah. So he gets out of it, but 1 run, 2 hits for the Cubs at the end of 6.5, and now have a 3-3 tie here in Glendale.
We have a tie ball game at Camelback Ranch between the White Sox and the Cubs. Chuck Arfine here with Rich King. Thank you, everybody, for watching the stream, whether it's on YouTube, the White Sox Facebook page, or at whitesox.com. And where are White Sox fans tuning in from? Wellington, New Zealand. Shane, thank you for watching. We got Farrell, Pennsylvania, Willow Springs, Georgia, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Albuquerque, New Mexico, West Virginia, South Bend, Indiana, Algonquin. I've spent many a spring breaks in Algonquin. And just a host of others. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching your Chicago White Sox here on the stream with Danny Mendick leading off here in the bottom of the 7th.
Guess a new Cub pitcher, Ryan Tepera, on the hill for the Cubs, and a new shortstop in there for the Cubs, Avelino. Abiatel at shortstop for the Cubs. And Mendick standing in here, nothing out of 2. Tepera fires it, and it misses. 1 ball, 1 strike on Danny. Fly ball to center and a ground ball to third.
So coming out of high school, Mendick didn't have any offers anywhere to play college, so he stayed near his home in New York and upstate New York and played at Monroe Community College for a couple of years. He was drafted in 2015. He knew just one team that was interested in him. One team. It wasn't the White Sox. It was the Cubs. The Cubs had been in contact with Danny Mendick, but instead the White Sox drafted him in the 22nd round.
Cubs missed out. Valuable man, Danny Mendick. There's a swing and a shot to right. It's in there. Let's see if he can make this into a double. Brown's first, and he's going for it. No, he's still not. Almost, but he doubled back. Boy, thought he would make that turn and go in there, but leads off here with a base hit. Nice job of hitting by Danny.
Yeah, he's a valuable utility guy you can use in the infield. And yeah, he was like Eaton. He was watching the right fielder to think maybe I can go too, but I think Eaton set the tone. When Eaton did that earlier in the game, I think the Cubs realized that the White Sox might want to push the envelope on the base paths, and they were ready for Mendick, and he stayed at first.
Here's Nick Williams. Got the start yesterday out in Mesa. Back in there today. Swing and a miss by Williams.
We got Andrew Vaughn on deck for Grandal, so you'll be able to see some Andrew Vaughn here, and he has been a treat to watch this spring.
Adam Eaton was 1 for 3 in there. Now Williams taking over in right field. Andrew Vaughn, number 81 in the on-deck circle. They play Williams straight away. Swinging a chop foul by Williams, nothing in 2. Sox now have 8 hits, Cubs have 6. No errors in the game officially. Good game, 3-3. They battle back and forth here. Sox had a 3-0 lead. Cubs have come back. Alfonso Rivas with the game-tying single in the 7th for the Cubs. Toss to first. Mendick back in time.
Hey, a tweet from Saul. He says, hey, Chuck, give Rich some props for pronouncing those Hispanic names so well. You speak Spanish.
I do. I do speak Spanish. There's the pitch. Outside.
What are you laughing at? Are you laughing at that someone is responding this way, or what?
That's amazing. To me, it's amazing. The audience, I guess I shouldn't be amazed at the reach that the White Sox have now with the club they've gotten, but it's really a flattering array of places, people.
Yeah.
Swinging a foul. You know, we started out, at least I started in these webcasts 4 years ago, and it's just so grown so great, and it's amazing. You know, you get the app, you got the website anywhere. You can watch it anywhere.
You can watch it anywhere.
And then
we got someone watching on the beach in Hawaii.
We got Facebook, YouTube, right?
Yeah.
We're connected to all these places now.
And they can do it on their phones. It used to be you had to be in front of your television back in the old days of 7 or 8 years ago.
Swinging a pop-up. This will be the first out. And one down here. Easy play. That brings up Andrew Vaughn. Runner on first base and one out.
You know what's going to happen, Rich? We're going to have another game where every player is replaced but Jose Abreu.
So far, that's the case.
Abreu's on deck. Everyone is one by one being replaced, but there's Jose. He's like, I'm not coming out of this game.
Well, Vaughn played the whole game yesterday in Mesa against Oakland, 0 for 4 as a DH. So,
but you know what, though? I think that makes more sense. I mean, for that specific example,
sure.
Andrew Vaughn, should, as a DH especially, should get all 4 at-bats just for his experience. But Jose Abreu could easily just be like, I'm good after 3 at-bats. I'm going to go in and,
he wants to work.
Be done. Yeah,
I think he wants to get his timing down hitting, which he certainly has today. By the way, Grandal was 1 for 3, a single. Swing and a miss by Vaughn. Nothing in 2.
Yes, this is Tepera's Cactus League debut. And so all eyes for the Cubs fans are watching him, and 2 good pitches to Vaughn.
Tepera in 21 games last year, 3.92. Facing Andrew Vaughn. Mendick on first. Toss over. Again, he's back, diving in. 0-2 count. There you see the board, 3-3. Vaughn has that right foot on the back line. As he faces Tepera. That one's low and outside.
Yeah, Tepera's thinking, okay, you went for the last one. Let's try it again. Vaughn has a very mature plate discipline for someone who has never played above high A and is certainly looking like he'll be on the White Sox, if not opening day, soon after that.
Swinging a shot to right center. That ball is going to get down. Let's see if they try to score. Runners running third. It holds up. Mendick. It's a base hit. Cut off out there. Single for Vaughn. Ball gets by. We got a run, but not so.
Andrew Vaughn's going to be in a really good position on this team. You've got great hitters up and down the lineup. And here comes Vaughn as a rookie, but he waited for that ball to go deep in the zone, so to speak, and then he just went out and whacked it and got a single.
Well, that ball, Mendick had thoughts, of course, of scoring. That ball was cut off, though, just in time. And they held him to a single. I thought for a while they may get 2 on that one. First and third, though, and only 1 out. And Jose up with a chance to give the Sox the lead. Tepera fires it. Swing and a miss. Jose a couple of walks and a double. Perfect day going. Could continue that with a base hit or an RBI and a fly ball, and White Sox will grab the lead. We're in the 7th.
What Nelson Cruz is to the White Sox, Jose Abreu was to the Cubs last year with those 6 home runs in 3 games at Wrigley.
Yeah, he lit him up pretty good at that friendly confine. Swinging a shot up the middle. There it goes. A base hit on the White Sox grab the lead. A solid shot right up the middle by Jose. Mendick scores, and the White Sox take a 4-3 lead over the Cubs.
That's what great hitters do. Oh, Abreu is coming out of the game.
Oh.
I'm slightly disappointed, actually. But that's what great hitters do. Didn't try to do too much. Took what was given to him. Base hit up the middle. That's going to do the job. Gives the White Sox a 4-3 lead.
So Vaughn moves on to second base on the single by Abreu. Here's Matt Reynolds, who hit a towering home run to win the game for the White Sox yesterday in Mesa against the Oakland A's, 1-0. Swing and a foul. Matt Reynolds.
But going back to Abreu, it's that work ethic that he has that rubs off on everybody. And what kind of message does that send? Here is your league MVP, oftentimes going 9 innings in spring training games. Or if not 9 innings, he drives in the go-ahead run in the 7th, and then he leaves. So he's such a great example for this team.
Swing and a miss by Reynolds, 0-2. Has been since I've been covering this team out here in the Cactus League, and even before that, when I was still working full-time. It's impressive man. He really he's low-key, but he gets the message across by his example mainly, and he's a leader in that clubhouse.
Yeah.
That's why they signed him again. That's why he wanted to stay here. 0-2. Oh, got him on inside corner. I don't know if that pitch had the strike zone, but the umpire thought so for the second out.
All right, Eloy Jimenez, 2 hits already, 2 for 3, 2 RBIs.
Off the inside corner, apparently. So 2 outs. 4-3 White Sox. Eloy, a couple of hits, as Chuck mentioned, and big factor in this game. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Bottom of the 7th. They're playing Eloy straight away. Goes after the first pitch again, drives one deep right field. That ball sailing out there, and it's a sliding, falling catch in right field for the out. Man, that ball took off, but kind of died out there on the warning track. And nice play, and the White Sox get the lead run. Here's the replay on that ball. Slicing drive.
This was looking like extra bases, but no.
Okay, but the Sox do get a run, and 3 hits, 2 men left on base at the end of 7. White Sox on top now, 4-3.
Is heading back to the clubhouse. His day is done after driving in a couple runs against his former team here this afternoon. Almost hit for extra bases on that last at bat. As we have a new pitcher, Michael Kopech, coming out of the bullpen. So, Rich, interesting here. We don't know how Tony La Russa is going to use a setup man. Usually it might be Aaron Bummer, but how about this situation? A 4-3 lead, 8th inning Kopech, maybe 9th inning Liam Hendriks here this afternoon.
Facing Miguel Amaya. Kopech fires a swing at a high pop-up. Major league pop-up. LaCroix off with the mask. At third is Reynolds, and Reynolds makes the catch.
Reynolds called him off. That's how they teach it. And Kopech pitched Tuesday against the Padres, a perfect inning, 1 strikeout, filling up the zone. 7 of his 9 pitches were strikes. There was a strike right there, reaching the high 90s as he gets the out. One pitch, 1 out for Kopech and the White Sox.
Here's Michael Hermosillo, who came into the game in left field for the Cubs. We have Nick Williams has now moved to left for the White Sox. Rutherford's in right. And Sheets remains in the game after pinch running. He'll play first base for the White Sox. So massive changes here as usual in spring training.
Rich, this is where you carry the load. You carry the broadcast with all the changes. By the way, that was 78 miles per hour on that pitch there from Kopech. I don't think he was expecting that.
Here it comes. Yeah. Check swing, kind of a weak swing, and swings through it.
So now he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Well, Hermosillo's up against it.
Yeah, he's seen those 2 pitches. What is he thinking now on 0-2? Fastball?
0-2 the count on Michael Hermosillo. And here's the pitch. Low and away. I've had the honor now I've seen Kopech's last 3 games. I saw the one last year here against Texas before they shut it down.
Yep.
Perfect inning. First game this year. Another good inning. Now.
Hey, Rich, you're not so special. I
have the honor of seeing Kopech 3 straight times.
I feel honored as well.
You were here too.
I was here too.
All right, 1-2. Well, we don't do all these webcast games Check swing foul. We only do about 10 or 12 a year. So.
That was 100 on the radar gun, by the way.
You know, I read about Kopech in the Carolina League one year. They clocked him at 105, and they say they double-checked it with the 2 guns, but who knows, right?
Crazy.
That was a while back. He was much younger then than he is now. 1 and 2.
Is it Hermosillo? How do you say it?
Well, you can say it 2 ways, Hermosillo or Hermosillo, depending on what country you're from. In Mexico, it's Hermosillo. Swinging on this.
Yeah, that was just textbook Kopech. Sox fans, you expect to see a lot of that. Get ready. He's got all the tools, all the weapons, and gets a big strike out there.
Here's Nick Martini.
Oh, just took something off at the off speed when you can throw 100 and then do that? Michael Kopech, welcome back.
Love to have him back. Sat out last year, of course, for personal reasons. 4-3 White Sox.
Oh, that's another good one. So he was originally scheduled to pitch on Friday, felt some tightness in his calf, and we weren't sure if he was going to play here today, but here he is. 2 quick outs.
And I think Hendricks is due, right, too?
Mm-hmm.
Game. Oh, inside that got him.
That was a 99.
Whew.
He'll feel that for, I don't know, 3 days.
He's trying to shake it off.
Where'd he get him here? And that's going to leave a mark. But he's going to head over to first. There'll be a slow walk, I think. He's laughing with Lucroy. Oh, he's actually able to jog to first base.
Good thing he's okay. That 99 mile an hour has to sting. No question about that.
Yeah, I've been in the clubhouse after games and seen the after effects of some of those pitches. There, you'll sometimes see the imprint of the baseball on the skin after the game. The seams are right there.
Strike is called to Ian Miller. Cubs got to get race runner here in the 8th. 2 out, 1 on. Sox lead 4-3. Michael Kopech, second spring outing. Trying to shut down the Cubs here in the 8th. Swinging a shot, base hit to right field. Martini will stop at second base as Ian Miller gets the base hit.
So Kopech took something off that, 80 miles per hour, and Miller was able to wait on it and hit it into right for a base hit. So 2 men on for the Cubs with 2 outs against Kopech.
Trent Giamboni will face Kopech. You're right about spring training, though. You're experimenting with pitches, trying to do different things. And
yeah, for Kopech, I just feel like he's just trying to get back in a rhythm.
Yeah.
And as a reliever, which he's never done before, because that's how he's going to start the season in the bullpen with the White Sox.
They have the pleasant problem in that there's so many guys out there who can pitch so well. You know, you talk about 6th inning on, you're going to see a lot of action in there for those guys. That's a breaking pitch for a strike called. 79 miles an hour. Cubs have the tying run in scoring position here in the 8th. 1 strike on Giamboni. That's a fastball. 97 from Michael on that one, so it's 0-2.
Giamboni's got a little bit of a righty version of Rizzo, the way he kind of like is setting up and kind of moves his hips a little bit. Do you see that?
See what on this pitch.
Yeah, right, they see what he's doing. He kind of just
0-2 the count.
Where he puts his hands.
And he gets him on a breaking ball, and that ends the inning. So nice job by Kopech. A couple of base runners, but nothing across for the Cubs. We move to the bottom of the 8th. White Sox lead it 4-3.
Bottom of the 8th inning, White Sox lead 4-3 over the Cubs. Thank you, everyone, for watching the stream wherever you are. And Rich, we got fans, White Sox fans all over the place. We got Tom, who's under 4-foot drifts of snow in Longmont, Colorado. My apologies to you. St. Petersburg, Florida. Downtown Alsip is where Phil is. We got Paul in snowy Skokie, Marianne in Henderson, Nevada, Sterling in Orting, Washington, southeast of Tacoma. We got David in Tavares, Florida, Bob in College Station, Texas, Chris in Germany with his 3 boys, Joe in Louisiana, Archie in McDonough, Georgia, Jay in Fort Worth, Texas, Christy in Sudbury, Ontario. She says, go Sox, go. And we have a new hitter in Adam Engel.
And Engel tapped down the third base side. Off the hill is the new pitcher, Steele, and he's safe at first. So it goes as an infield hit for Adam. Chopper to third base. Justin Steele, the new pitcher, off the hill in a hurry on that one, but he couldn't make the play in time.
You're always going to get this out of Adam Engel. Hustle as he beats it out. Doesn't matter if it's spring training. He's going to give you 100%. He's on first base with Larry Garcia up.
Garcia playing all the way today at second base, 0 for 3.
He's finding his inner Jose Abreu. He doesn't want to come out of the game.
Justin Steele is 8th year in the Cub organization. Total of 80 games in the minor leagues. Puts the bat out to bunt, takes the pitch. 1 ball, no strikes on Lei Uri.
You know, you want to have a good bench. Winning teams, playoff teams have good benches. And, you know, if everyone's healthy, you're looking at Engel, Garcia as your bench.
And there's the bunt. We get the runner to second, throw to first is in time. Sacrifice goes 1-3. And the runner in scoring position. Sox trying to tack on the insurance run here in the 8th.
Yeah, we're seeing some good bunting here. We saw earlier Luis Gonzalez with the bunt single, and then here is Larry Garcia advancing Engel to second. So a runner in scoring position with 1 out, and Jonathan Lucroy, who if he becomes the backup catcher, there's a veteran former all-star off your bench.
LaCroix up here 0 for 3. And Steele delivers it. Get into dirt. Nice stop by Amaya, the catcher. Yeah, the bunt's been a part of the game for a long time, but I mentioned earlier when the sabermetrics came in, that movie kind of set it back with the Billy Beane movie, where he pretty much devalued the bunt.
You ever talk to Hawk Harrelson about that movie and sabermetrics?
I've talked to a lot of people about it. Jim Fregosi, the best. Fregosi had to talk about smoke coming out of your ears.
Yeah.
He was livid. There's a pitch inside. See, Billy Beane didn't invent the on-base percentage.
Yeah.
Fregosi was all over it.
Yes.
And Roland Hemon, too, was insulted. He said insulted the scouts.
Yes. Yeah, the scouts, the old school guys were not happy with that movie or in that book.
Well, it turns out there's some vindication in that. They're going back to put the ball in play, the bunt, the stolen bases.
Yeah.
After going the other way 10 years
There
ago.
just needs to be a blend. I'm all for the blend. Give me a little bit of both, not an extreme. But, you know, that Oakland A's team, they did get to the playoffs. They just never seemed to be able to finish the job, though they beat the White Sox last year in the wild card, as we know.
Swinging a chop to second base. This will move the runner on the third, but they'll make the 4-3 put out. You know, it's home runs are exciting, obviously, but you see a game of home run strikeout, you miss a lot of action.
Yeah, yeah.
To me, a triple is a great thing to see. You know,
and these are great athletes.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the games, when you have a lot of activity, the games are crisper.
Right.
They don't take 4 hours.
So things go in cycles in life, and now we're going back to all these rules changes they're trying in the minor leagues to. There's a pitch. Oh, did it get him?
I think it did.
Yep, hit him. The inside pitch nailed him in the foot, looked like. Mendix aboard. That pitch just came way in on Danny, and nothing he could do. If the ball gets by, of course, it's a run, but goes to the hits batsman. And Mendix on first.
Let's see the replay here. Did he swing? No, I think he squared it up and then got hit.
All right, let's see if Nick Williams can pick up the White Sox here. 0 for 1 for Nick. He came in the game in right field. Now I'm playing left field. Wide stance for Nick. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Justin Steele. Alec Mills got the start for the Cubs. Gave up 3 runs. Dylan Cease, in case you missed the beginning of the game, looked very good in his first outing. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts in 3 innings, no runs. Swinging a chop towards second, and they'll get the force at second base. So, Sox threaten, do not score. And now, at the end of 8, see what happens here. White Sox cling to a 4-3 lead.
Welcome back to Camelback Ranch. Chuck Arfine here with Rich King. It is a beautiful day for baseball, and we are witnessing Liam Hendriks taking the mound in a save opportunity here against the Cubs. And I'll tell you this, Rich, normally you don't come to a ballpark to watch the bullpen. I'll pay money to watch this White Sox bullpen. There are some great arms, exciting arms, and so far we've seen Crochet, Kopech, and now Hendriks.
Well, on paper, the best in baseball. And here is Abitel Abelino stepping in.
I was talking to Steve Stone yesterday, and he said that he thinks this White Sox bullpen will be the best in baseball.
Question about it. 1 strike. Hendriks, 32 years old now, from Perth, Australia. Pop foul back here, out of play. And it's 0-2. 25 saves in 19, 14 in the short season last year.
So he knows how to ingratiate himself. There's the word, right?
If you say so.
I try to find a nickel word for you, and not sure if it came out right. But anyway, live broadcast. Did you hear him? He just screamed there. So you're going to learn this about Liam Hendriks. He's very emotional on the mound. He didn't like that pitch, so he just screamed. But what I was going to just threw down.
Slamming on the rosin bag.
So he wants to become a big White Sox. You know, he understands what it takes to be beloved. He wants to be beloved. So his nickname is Slida. He changed his nickname to South Slida.
Check swing, strike 3. He's out of there. Wait, God. Can't be pleased with that pitch.
Great pitch there by Hendriks. Was that a South Slider that he threw there? Let's take a look at this. And he went. Strike 3.
Way out of the zone. So here is Patrick Wisdom. Cubs down to their final 2 outs. Fires it high.
Hendriks gave up 2 home runs last year. 1 came in the first game that he pitched in the regular season against Jason Castro. The second one in the playoffs against the guy who's going to be his starting catcher, Yasmani Grandal.
I guess Grandal told Hendriks he tipped the pitch.
Yes.
Is that right? Yeah. So
that's good information.
Yeah, it is for Hendriks.
Great intel he's getting from his catcher, his new catcher. But now he's got Lucroy, a veteran himself.
1 ball and 1 strike on Wisdom. Swing and a miss. Another nasty pitch. You ever know in baseball the terms are always negative, but positive, nasty, filthy.
Yes. Yeah. That's nasty and filthy.
It's not a great pitch. It's a nasty pitch.
Right. You don't want a filthy swing.
It's filthy swing, filthy, yeah.
But you want a nasty pitch and a filthy pitch.
Yeah. Bad is good.
You want a clean swing. You don't want it filthy.
Ball gets away. You don't hear that in other sports. Golf shot's a great shot or whatever, but in baseball, man, that was a filthy pitch. 2-2 on Patrick Wisdom. Sox broke off to a 3-0 lead in this one. Cubs came back to tie it, but then the Sox pushed a run across in the 7th inning, and now it's a 4-3 game, and Hendriks trying to close it down here on this sunny day. It turned into a very pleasant day in Glendale, Arizona. Swinging a high pop fly. It'll be way out of play, I believe. Yes, it will.
So what motivates a player? Got to find the inner motivation somehow, some way. For Liam Hendriks, he loves pitching against teams that gave up on him. gets a chip on his shoulder. Juices flow a little more. All right, so 2 of those teams are in the Sox division, which is good. That's the Twins and the Royals. Another team, the Cubs. Although it's not the same thing. He was picked up by the Cubs off waivers in December of 2013, and then 10 days later they let him go. So it wasn't like he pitched for them.
Short stint.
Yeah.
Swinging a shot. That ball's driven deep left. That could get out of here. And it does. Into the bullpen for a game-tying home run by Patrick Wisdom. And the Cubs have come back to tie it up. Wow. That ball was really driven. No doubt about it.
I think he was waiting on it, and Hendricks put it over the plate. And he drilled it over the fence.
There it is. Little hanger.
Yeah, he hung it.
So here's P.J. Higgins.
This is one of those scenarios where you're thinking, well, at least that was the spring and not the regular season.
That's fastball in there for a strike, 96 miles an hour. So the Cubs fought back twice in this game. They were down 3-0, tied it. They were down 4-3 and tied it. And now here's P.J. Higgins.
Crochet and Hendricks came into this game without allowing a run in the spring, and the tide has turned for both of them as Crochet gave up a run, and now so has Hendricks.
4-4 ball game. Cubs now 8 hits. The White Sox have 11. Fires it high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Straight away on Higgins. For the White Sox defense. Adam Engel, by the way, now in center field after batting in the last inning. Williams in left. And Blake Rutherford in right.
Yeah, Hendricks taking a moment. He's not happy with himself.
3-1 count.
It's almost as if he's still thinking about the home run he gave up.
Larry Garcia in this game all the way, still playing second base for the White Sox. Swinging a pop-up out of play, 3-2.
What we're learning from Hendricks is he's going to tell it like it is with the media. So I'm interested to hear what he says next time he speaks about this, because he'll just flat out say what happened, which if you're a fan or a member of the media, you want to know what happened, what he was thinking, how he's feeling. And Hendricks is that kind of guy that's going to let you know.
Full count to P.J. Higgins as Hendricks delivers. He got him. Strike 3 called. 97.
I think he needed that moment to just step off the mound and gather himself as he got to 3 balls in the count. Came back, got the strikeout. Here's another look.
Right down the middle, knee high. 97-mile-an-hour fastball from the right-hander. And there's 2 outs. Here's Rafael Ortega. Came in the game in the 7th inning, struck out his first time up. Hendricks fires it. Another fastball at 97 for strike 1. Patrick Wisdom with a home run here in the ninth to tie it for the Cubs. Here's the pitch. There's a high, towering fly ball to right field. Rutherford in the corner grabs it for the out. So Hendricks gets the side out, but not before Patrick Wisdom ties this game with a home run. Bottom of the ninth coming up, 4-4.
The beautiful mountains in Arizona. We've reached the bottom of the ninth. Sox and Cubs tied at 4. And Andrew Vaughn's going to lead off, and then we might have a couple of lefties. Gavin Sheets, if needed. Zach Collins on the bench. Could come in a pinch. to see if the White Sox can win their 3rd game in a row, Rich King.
Okay, new pitcher, Jake Jewell on the hill for the Chicago Cubs, former Angel, as he faces Andrew Vaughn, who singled his first time up. And the first pitch in there on the inside corner for a strike.
Vaughn laced a single to right center when he came on as a pinch hitter for Yasmani Grandal.
Swinging a foul. Jake Jewell, a non-roster invitee. 27 years old from Norman, Oklahoma, is Jake Jewell. So let's see if the White Sox can cash in here. 4-4 ball game. Vaughn takes it outside. 1-2. Been a good ball game. Back and forth.
It has been a good ball game. Just not the ball game that Crochet or Hendricks won, but they'll work on things and clean it up for the next time.
A swing and a miss and a breaking pitch. So Vaughn leads off the ninth by Fanning. Here comes Gavin Sheets. Came in the game for Jose. Pinch ran.
So there's a little buzz earlier in camp about Gavin Sheets that his batting practices were, his hitting sessions were so impressive. And he's a guy that, former 2nd-round pick of the White Sox. He's been climbing up the ladder in the minor league system. He's got the build to be a power hitter. And if he can find that power in games, that's a dangerous bat for this White Sox team.
Zach Collins in the on-deck circle. Swinging a shot past first, but foul. So Zach Collins will be given a shot here. The Sheets can end this game right now. 1-1 the count on Gavin.
I'm kind of laying it out there for that possibility for Gavin Sheets to end it with one swing of the bat.
Playing pretty much straight away, except there's a big in the outfield, a big shift on the infield, though. Swinging a foul. Yep.
So he just pointed at the dugout that he needed a bat, and like 7 White Sox players turned around and tried to get him a bat. There we go. Andrew Vaughn does the honors. Hands him his new bat.
Good day for Dylan Cease and for Michael Kopech today.
And Eloy Jimenez.
Yeah, Eloy Jimenez had a great game. Jose Abreu, a couple of hits. 1-1, 1-2.
Good take.
Check swing, and it's the ball. 2-2.
La Russa is taking advantage of the righty-lefty matchup. He's got Collins on deck.
Swinging a drive up the gap in left center. Will it get out there? It does. Bounces up against the wall. It'll be a 2-bagger for Gavin Sheets, and the White Sox in business here in the ninth. The leading run now on the winning run on second base.
Great piece of hitting there from Gavin Sheets. A double when they needed it. Gets them in scoring position. The go-ahead and obviously winning run in the ninth. So you got Collins, a lefty, up right now. And if he doesn't do the job, Blake Rutherford, another lefty, on deck. I think Tony La Russa's going for the win.
Be their 3rd in a row if they get it. Beat the Angels 2 days ago, beat the A's yesterday. Trying to cash in here against the Cubs. Outside and high for a ball. Sox have 3 ties already in this Cactus League schedule.
Yeah, we don't need any more ties.
1 ball and no strikes on Collins. Jewell fires it outside. Zach Collins.
He's got a good eye to Zach Collins. 2-0 count. He's in the driver's seat in this situation.
He had a couple of hits yesterday in the game against the A's, 2 singles out in Mesa. 4-4 ball game. Strike call in the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jake Jewell was drafted by the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim back in 2014. Breaking pitch in there for a strike. It's 2-2 on Zach.
Yeah, Zach's not happy about it. Maybe he thought that ended up being a pitch he could really hit. He let it go by.
Sheets with decent speed on second base. Single wins it. Outside. No.
All right, so you have Cubs fans and Sox fans, divided fan bases, hoping for different results, but the White Sox are in position. If
it's a pinch runner at second base, it's not Sheets, it's Marco Hernandez. This pitch gets away. And Collins goes to first. Marco Hernandez goes to third. And we are now really in business. First and third. And now a sacrifice fly wins it.
All right, so Blake Rutherford. Good lefty stroke of his. A chance to win the game for the White Sox in the ninth.
All right, first and third.
So he just threw it to the backstop. I'm swinging here, right here. I'm thinking, okay, he's going to have to put this thing over the plate.
Infield's kind of halfway on this one. One out. Swinging a chop to second. This could be two. High throw, but they get him. And that does it. Worst possible scenario. The ball was right in the perfect spot in the infield to get the double play to end the ball game. So, disappointing end. Sox had a chance to win this one, first and third, one out in the ninth, but failed to do it. And the game ends in a 4-4 tie. 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the White Sox. 4 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Chicago Cubs. But again, this game, Chuck, the Cubs fell behind 3-0, fought back and tied it. White Sox took a 4-3 lead. The Cubs tied it. It ends in a 4-4 tie. But overall, a very good ball game to watch and some good results for the White Sox on the hill.
Yeah, this was Dylan Cease's first start of the spring. You wanted to see exactly what he did. 3 scoreless innings. Michael Kopech, another brilliant inning for him as he is adjusting to his new role as a reliever. Eloy Jimenez looked great. So did Jose Abreu. Unfortunately, they couldn't hold the lead with Crochet and Hendricks. And then obviously Abreu was able to tie the game. But a 4-4 tie. You know, a 4-4 tie between Cubs and Sox, you leave the ballpark thinking, what just happened? We didn't win, we didn't lose, but then again, it's spring training, so the final result in the end doesn't matter. But a great afternoon for baseball, and thank you everybody all over the globe who have watched the game here today. And when's the next webcast? Is it Thursday?
The 18th against the Royals. We have the game yet.
I'll be here with you.
Well, you? Okay,
yeah,
good.
I'm
By the way,
pretty sure
I got to thank our crew. Emily Sleva, our producer, director, did a great job as always. Zach Teleheimer, who's a camera guy, Greg Vomero, Jesse Boomy, and Stu Radowick. Every day they do a fantastic job for us. We got to thank them.
They're the nerve center of this broadcast.
Yeah, they do a nice job. We never give them credit. We gave them credit today. So
yes,
that's good.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys. And it's very impressive. The scope of this webcast has really grown over the years. And that Twitter account verifies that.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's Sox fans are just fired up about the team and what's potentially in store, not only in 2021, but in the future. And so it's a dynamic team, and we love being able to bring these webcasts to you if you can't be here in Glendale, Arizona to enjoy it in person.
Okay, once again, a 4-4 tie, Cubs and White Sox. Again, our next broadcast coming up Thursday against the Kansas City Royals here in Glendale. On behalf of Chuck Goffrey and Rich King saying thanks for being with us. Enjoy the rest of your day.